Viene Modric, el centro, cabezazo, gol. Ronaldo! Manchester City are still alive here. Balotelli, Aguero!
Va a pegarle Ronaldinho Gaucho. Ya lo hace. Pierna derecha, directo al arco. ¡Golazo! ¡Golazo! ¡Golazo!
Mari, ¿qué pasó, man? ¿Qué pasó con el juego? Come on, defend your team here. For all the listeners who are listening, come on, we watched the Clásico. The Clásico gave us what we wanted, for us Barca fans. We stayed undefeated. Mariscal.
But the ref gave Barca a red card. What do you mean? Shout out to the ref.
It was a red card.
All right, but you're like saying shout out to the ref like if he didn't call it.
Penalty?
There was both sides though.
But it wasn't
both ways. He missed one for Barca and he missed one. The ref did a bad job, but he did a bad job throughout the whole game for both teams. It wasn't a good ref for either team. So you can't be like, oh, put it all on the ref. At the end of the day, you guys were up a player and still didn't do nothing. Besides tie a game. Oh, now we're going to stay on the penalty.
Come on, sigue defending.
That's legit the game there.
Okay, what about the other penalty then? Then it's 3. Well, then we're tied again, 3-3.
What penalty?
¿Cuál?
It was a handball in the beginning.
I think
we were talking about it right before.
Yeah. There was a handball. Yeah, there was another handball. I can't remember, man. Fuck. Sorry, I'm full of because I'm just so happy that we tied at least. I can't remember who.
We didn't tie. They tied because we were winning. Gotta make that
okay. All right, I'll give you guys that.
We were winning, then they tied. Then we were winning with 10 men down. With a man down. And then we tied. Then they tied.
And then they tied, yeah.
And then
I'll give you guys that. Bale scored a beautiful goal, man. That was just perfect.
But I think he was aggravating the whole game.
He wasn't there really, honestly.
Exactly. That was
I'm like, so where are you, bro? Like for him to come back and score that goal, I'm like,
that was ridiculous, bro.
It was beautiful.
It was
beautiful. Like
I
saw it and I didn't even yell. I just sat there. I'm like,
God, that shit was just
I'll give
random.
you guys
I was like, okay. Right.
It was good, but that was what's his face? That was Umtiti's fault because Piqué was marking Benzema, if I'm not mistaken. Umtiti went along with him, and then Alba was chasing Bale. Bale put it right in. That was a perfect, beautiful curve.
What they're supposed to do.
That shit was beautiful, bro.
Well, our defenders Bale, like the strikers.
As a striker.
That's what they're supposed to do.
And especially at his.
I don't think any.
Especially at they have him on this pedestal. Because they do have him on a pedestal.
Oh, no, fuck him. I can't wait for him to leave.
They say that now, but when they got him, they were all on him. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, though? And when he does do something for them, they still hate on the guy, and that's why he should leave. He should go to another team and then come back and destroy Real Madrid, like I've been saying that he can do and he will do.
Okay, as a Madrid fan, what are your before we get into different scenarios on El Clásico itself? What's your feeling on it? Obviously, you're frustrated because no Madrid fan wants to lose to Barcelona, and vice versa.
It was a good game. It was. Everybody expected it to be a boring game because there's nothing at stake.
That's what I was thinking.
It was a good game for what it was supposed to be.
Okay. Now,
I feel like.
Well, there was one thing at stake, which was that their Barcelona's undefeated season. Now, if Real Madrid would have cut that out, then what are we so happy about winning the league? Now we're winning the league with an addition to it.
But it's like...
And we have more trophies than you guys this season. Even if you win the Champions, which you still haven't. Well, that was 2017. I'm talking about literally 2018 from January to December. That's how they go by it with representation.
Oh, no, it's not.
I'm reading multiple reports, and that's how they go by it. They go by
They
it.
shouldn't go by that. They should be
in
by
2017.
No, I know. I get you.
In 2018,
Barcelona
has their cabinet already open.
But I'm saying, in statistics-wise, it should be
2017 to 2018.
Yeah, exactly. From August till May. That's what it should be.
Because we have that undefeated season
Yeah,
that
exactly.
nobody else
Okay.
has done besides that one team, but we already have
But like in 2018, you're saying Barcelona has one more than
two. They have two.
how?
I mean,
we only won La
Real Madrid has
Liga.
two.
We have two.
We have the Liga,
We
and
have
then
the
Copa del Rey,
You
which
got-
is one.
We have the
Yeah,
Super
that's
Cup.
two,
We
and
the
they have
Super
one.
Cup.
Oh no, they don't have anything. I'm
Yeah,
saying
that's-
2018.
2018.
2018,
No,
zero.
nothing this year.
Yeah.
we
But
have
in the
that shit.
season,
In the
is
season,
the- yeah.
the two Super Cups.
you guys won both
and the
Super
Club World
Cups.
Cup.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
That would be considered in 2017.
yeah. Fuck you guys, yeah. Okay, now
I mean, this is the first time they a team goes undefeated in a 32
Yeah,
and a 38 season,
32.
38 match.
38 match. No, 36 match. 36
yeah,
match.
36
Because
matches.
then
Yeah,
back in the
36
day,
match.
Madrid did it and Bilbao did it.
No, Bilbao did it.
Madrid didn't do it. Yeah, I
did
think
it
Madrid did it. Yeah.
30 something, 1930 something.
At the end of the day, we got the bigger one. We did it longer.
Okay.
You feel me? We did it longer
Yeah,
at
no,
the
I
end of
get
the
you.
day.
Now,
It's hard to do it.
now, because there's a lot of been in the past episodes, it's just been Barcelona. So I need Mariscal to put in his input. You being Zidane, going into this game, what are you expecting? What are your hopes? Are you hoping for anything? Are you hoping for a point?
Obviously,
Or are you
hoping that
just- are you just
obviously
focusing on
hoping
the
to
UCL final?
No, to win. I mean, obviously, because
Okay.
it's a Clásico. But as long as nobody got fucking hurt. I mean, Ronaldo got hurt, but I don't think it's a serious ass injury. It was
Yeah,
like,
but
it was like an ankle sprain.
But I think it was a good move on pulling him out because
Oh no, yeah, for sure.
yeah,
We
okay,
need
okay,
him.
good. Of
I mean,
course.
I don't.
The fuck?
You do need them.
Of course you do.
You do need them.
Yeah.
Shit.
Because
But
if
I
you
think
couldn't
that's
beat
serious.
Barcelona with 11 men, you will not beat Liverpool with 11 on 11.
I mean,
I
Barca
definitely don't.
Madrid games with one man down hasn't been that crazy of a difference. If you look at the last two,
But that's what I'm
Clásicos,
saying, though. But Liverpool has more attack. They're more attacking to me than Barcelona is this season.
Oh,
When those three in
hands
the top,
down
you
they
cannot
are.
say that.
No.
No.
So you're gonna go in and
No?
in.
So you're gonna tell me who would you be more scared of as a defense?
This year?
Suarez and Messi, or fucking Mane and Salah?
But it's
Mane,
not only
Salah, and Firmino.
It's Firmino too. That's
That
the
trio,
thing.
I'm
It's
I'm
that
more
trio.
afraid of that trio rather than Messi and Suarez.
Nah.
No.
I'd be more
I'm
scared
being
of-
so
I'd be-
serious
I'd
with
be
you, and
scared
that's
more
why Zinedine
of-
Zidane really pulls
Suarez
Ronaldo out
and,
real quick. Because usually you'll see Ronaldo be like, no, like I'm good, no. But these niggas are worried and are thinking about the next game.
Nah,
already.
that's just it's a final. I would have pulled them out regardless.
So would you have used your starters in this game
Yeah, for sure.
aside from being a Clásico?
Yeah.
I mean, you guys aren't gonna because third place?
Yeah, and
If I'm
I
not
feel like tied yesterday. So.
That-
I mean, we're gonna be in Champions League regardless.
No, of course, yeah,
So-
hands down.
There's nothing for the league. It was just another fucking game, but it was a big game. You get
It was
me?
a big, yeah, of course. I mean,
It
being in a
was
Clásico.
It was just another game. Nobody got hurt. Everybody.
Now, all right. So now that
Stay healthy.
you said your part on that. You being a Barcelona fan, both of us.
The only
I'll
thing that
have
mattered was
getting that result.
getting the result, either a tie or a win.
Okay.
At my end, honestly.
Now, what did you guys think of the game in overall?
Well, like he said, the ref didn't do a good job at all.
No.
There was a couple players who didn't get yellow cards that they should have. Roberto should have probably got a yellow card because he really didn't swat him in the face. He didn't hit him in the face.
No, but it's
I
the
watched
action
it.
itself.
It's the
though.
action itself, but the player is also grabbing him. You get me? So when somebody's
Barcelona
pulling on
didn't
the arm, he had his arm.
No, he didn't
had
grab
his-
me. He pushed him. He
Yes,
nudged him.
pushing
No,
him, but
they-
he
yeah,
had
but
his
they
hand.
went shoulder to shoulder.
But he had his hand on his hand. You get me? And that's when he went like this. He was like, "Yo, get off me!"
Yeah,
and
but
you see this
you-
countless times. Even when, but it's at the end of the day. It's like if Ramos does that, I guarantee you that I don't have a problem with it.
No,
I
he
don't have a
swung, though.
problem with it. But if
Sergio Roberto
Ramos,
swung.
but if
He didn't swing. His arm didn't do the motion of.
he was pushing, in my eyes, he was pulling. He was
Nah.
pushing away the player's arm away
He
from him also.
swung.
But then again, these games are.
I mean,
always
this goes
going
back.
down to
This
these
goes
things.
back
This
to the
goes way
Juve,
back. This
to
is all the
Juve Real
time.
Madrid. Was it a penalty or was it not?
For sure, it was a penalty. Where do you not see it was a penalty? Where?
No. I get that.
And I want someone to explain to me how. First of all, how it wasn't a penalty.
No, I didn't say it wasn't a penalty. I'm saying this goes back to that scenario.
But was it a foul?
Of course it was.
So what
Yeah,
are we
but-
I
writing
just
here?
think it should have been yellow. You feel me?
Oh,
Because
for
I think
what?
with Roberto's
Roberto?
actions, it should have been
Yeah,
yellow.
but wasn't it his second yellow?
No.
No,
Oh,
that
it was a straight red.
That was a
The
straight
reason
red.
it was a straight red
It was because
uh,
there was two altercations right before that. You get me? Like it was the Luis Suarez altercation, and then it was Messi attacking Ramos, and then right after that they get again another 2 right after that, and then that's when they came up the field, and then Marcelo bumped in and Roberto were bumping into each other, and then he did the arm action already because that gets frustrating already.
It was like already heating up.
Yeah. Everything's already heated up. You get me? So the ref was like, "Yo, listen, boom, boom, boom," and then that's it.
Cut him out.
So he already had tossed out 4 yellow cards already.
I mean,
you get me?
That game
he trying to control the game. You get me?
Yeah.
Obviously,
but it was mostly him. Like
I think it was just him really trying to control the game.
He didn't like clearly swing at him, but it was the action.
It was
like,
more
he went to try to smack him, but you can't just go like now look at the fucking ball.
Yeah. No, I get that. I get that point.
That was the whole point of it.
Yeah.
There are little things like that throughout the whole game that people see that refs don't catch. You get me?
There was a shitload. There was a shitload of stuff that the ref missed, and on both sides. Again, exactly. I mean, everybody listening knows I'm a Barca fan, but on both sides. I mean, there was like, for example,
the foul that Bale did on Umtiti, he didn't call it.
He deliberately
jumped at his right leg. That was horrible.
That was deliberately. Exactly.
That should be a red card. That should have been a red card because you're deliberately going cleats up on the back of somebody's calf.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So you're going through the back of the player. You got cleats up. Like, what's next? What else do you want?
Now, Madrid's part, than that? They should have had a penalty. When Jordi Alba was trying to clear the ball from Marcelo.
Yeah, it was a penalty.
It was clear penalty, hands down. Like, nobody can argue with that.
It was a penalty.
No, I know, but you're smiling right now. And you're hesitating to say it was a penalty, but it was clearly a penalty. So this game had a lot of shit that.
You can't just put it on the ref.
No, you can't. I mean, we didn't pay the ref. They didn't pay the ref. Just make that clear. Just make that clear. And damn it. Now, Champions League, final. What are your thoughts on that? What are your thoughts on your team? Because you're a Madrid fan. And what are your thoughts on your rivals?
I mean,
you're facing
I think
an underdog.
Offensively, they might have a better team, but from
all around, overall.
The keeper's garbage.
Karius.
You gonna tell me?
Yeah, no.
They're better than Navas?
No, of course.
He did face Man City a couple times and did good.
True,
he did face Man United and did good.
That's true.
Facing did good.
Yeah, but I mean, basically,
at the end of the day, he's facing all
of course.
Giants that have superstars.
Hands down, yes,
and you're
of
taking
course.
things away from the player.
No, you're not.
When I do that, you come at me crazy.
No.
And you're just like saying that stuff.
No, it's not that. It's not that he's garbage. All right, it's not that he's garbage. Because he's not garbage. If he was garbage, he wouldn't be playing for Liverpool. We all three agree on that.
At the end of the day, though, the goalkeeper is the last resort.
Of course, yeah.
And if Liverpool doesn't have such a strong defense, how are they not getting scored on as much?
They did. It was 7-6 against Roma.
But they keep putting up points. You get me? And in other games,
it was 6.
And in other games, like, what was the score against Man City?
3-0 the first game,
or
4-0 the first game.
Thank you. And you're facing lights of Gabriel Jesus, David Silva,
Leroy
Sané. How many more? Exactly. Raheem Sterling.
Okay.
Look at all the other players that he has faced already.
Like, I mean, yeah, but the same season.
But he still plays good. He's still good. He's still good though. He's still good though.
Man City did score 5 of them in the Premier League. It was like a 5-4 game.
He is still a good goalkeeper. You cannot say that he is not as good as these other guys when he is doing what these other guys are doing.
Well, you really can't compare.
As good as Navas?
I think he's as good as Navas. But then again, look at who Navas got in front of him.
Yeah, that comes into play. That does come into play.
That's what you're not saying.
Yeah, because, I mean, are you going to compare Sergio Ramos to Van Dijk?
Not even. Yeah, you could say that one. But then Varane to Lovren. Lovren's one of the most calmest players and he's the most luckiest player to be in the Champions Final League right now.
And I think that's going to be the difference, the defense and the keeper.
But it's not the keeper. It's the defensive line for Liverpool. He's the keeper too. Because the keeper is doing what he has to do. The keeper does what he has to do.
Wait, what do you mean?
Most of the goals are like the defense's fault on Liverpool's end. If you really look at the game, it's not. When it's a hard shot, Courage is on that. He's blocking it. He's doing. Yeah. Watch his highlights.
No,
he's a great goal.
I agree.
He's a great young goalkeeper.
Yeah, but the thing is,
he's 24, 25 years old.
I would say.
But the thing is, today you saw that fucking Messi breakaway. Navas saved that shit on his ass.
That's
true.
And
that's a fucking. I don't think Karen would have made that save.
I've seen him do it though.
It was Messi against Navas, bro. Like,
Not really Messi against Navas, because Messi had somebody on his right wing. If it was just them two, Messi could have did more, but he had somebody on his right shoulder.
Yeah, Ramos was
meaning that he was,
though.
but Ramos was on his right shoulder. So
Yeah.
if Messi would have tried to cut into the field if Messi could have cut into the field, there would have been a goal. There's no doubt about it. But he couldn't cut back into the middle of the field because who was there? Ramos was there. So it wasn't just Kyler Navas and him, because Messi took the shot outside the 18 almost.
No, he took it inside the
No, he was inside. He was
He
inside.
had just got inside the 18 and he took the shot, but he had just got inside the 18 then.
Well, yeah,
He
of
was
course,
not
because you
inside
got
no
Ramos
six.
coming right
You know what I
after
mean?
you.
Exactly my point.
How are you
so
gonna
it was
hold
not.
it back?
It was not just them two because
Yeah, but
you want to
it's
see
the
just
save
two.
though. It's the save that I don't think Carriers would have made that save.
I've seen him do it.
I don't know. I mean, the only reason why I give Karras a little more credit because he plays in the Premier League. You know, and you got a lot of
8
talent
big
coming
teams,
out of
9
you.
big teams.
You got a lot of, competition coming toward... Not competition. You got a lot of shots coming towards you. I mean, you got the likes of
He's 24 years
United,
old.
City,
He's 24 years old.
Arsenal. Arsenal, Tottenham. You got all these players. So, I mean, I'll give Karius credit, but I'm not going to say that he's a Navas. Because for Navas to be in Real Madrid says a lot. And no disrespect to Costa Ricans, but for a Costa Rican to be in Real Madrid, that even says a lot more.
Yeah, but I'm not taking nothing away from Navas. Navas is one of the top goalies.
No,
But
hands
Karius
down,
is
yeah.
one of the young top goalies. You get me?
I wouldn't say
Karius
young
is
top
Navas' name,
goalies.
when Karius is Navas' age, what do you mean? He's the
How old is he?
U20. He's 24 years old. He
What's
was
his
the
nationality?
backup. He's German. He was the backup German goalkeeper. What do you mean? He's
No,
the
he
back.
wasn't.
He's not.
He is the now backup behind Ter Stegen and
Leno.
Manuel Neuer.
No, it's
When Manuel
behind-
Neuer
Is
gets
Neuer,
hurt.
is Ter Stegen, Leno,
Yeah.
and
Yo,
Carriers.
watch.
All right,
you
I mean,
watch.
pull it
And
up.
you'll watch.
He's
And
that-
you will
he's that
watch.
as
And you will see.
I think
And
there's
you're
still
going to
some-
see that
I think
Karius
there's
is going
still
to be.
someone above Carriers.
Yo, I'm telling you, though. Letting you know.
Okay, back to the matter at hand because we got way tracked off. So yeah, what I was asking you is, what do you think on your opponents?
They have a good offense, but midfield and defense wise,
You don't think midfield is good? Liverpool's
I don't
midfield?
think they're not as good as Madrid's though.
They're not as good.
No,
as
no,
the
no,
Jets,
no.
but
So-
they're all right.
I mean, I'm saying that.
They're
I mean,
stronger. They're like strong. They're strong players. Like John Henderson is a strong. He has something that he has to. play
Jordan
for.
Henderson.
Jordan.
Get
My
your
bad.
fucking
It's-
names
If there are a
straight.
couple people, shut up.
No. Anyway, yeah, I agree with you.
And I feel like that doesn't play a lot because Henderson has to defend. They have to defend Modric and Cruz going forward. It's not about
They also have to defend them coming forward also because
yeah, but
Lallana's
Henderson
not.
doesn't go deep as
But
fucking Cruz
Lallana
and-
would. If Lallana's playing with Henderson, Lallana would.
Yeah, I don't know. I think midfield wise we're better, and defense wise and keeper wise we're better. But in the offense, I think it's
I think keeper wise, you guys are like a little like Kyler now he got it over.
Keylor Navas.
He got it over the Kirsch because of the fact that he's older. He has more experience. That's literally what it is. He's older, has more experience, and he has played more games. So obviously he's a little better than him because he's been through more experiences than that guy has. But if you put them at the same age, that guy is way better to me.
I mean, you do got to give Karras a little bit of credit because of the fact that Liverpool basically have made it to the final because of not because of Karras, but he's part of that story that they have. Who would have?
He's the
I mean,
starting goalkeeper.
at the beginning of the tournament, would you say that Liverpool are going to the final?
no.
No, you would definitely say Real Madrid and Bayern, hands down. That's what everybody expected. I mean, yes, no, disagree.
I think everybody expected Madrid and
Don't say
City
it.
or Madrid and Barca.
No. I doubt Barca was going to go. I highly doubt that. Now, what do you think your chances are?
Doing big boy things.
I don't know, bro.
Who you
I
doing?
think
Barca is doing big boy things.
it's very difficult. I mean, but the thing is, like they said the same shit about Juve last year. Juve, the people, everybody's saying Juve, you can't score on Juve. They went the whole Champions League with giving up, I think, 3 goals, whole Champions League until we scored 3 on them in the final. Everybody's saying you can't stop Dybala, E20, or Cuadrado.
But in every game that you guys have won, there's always a little asterisk next to it. because there's always some controversy between one of your games, and every game that I've seen, there's always controversy at the end or near the end of the game, helping you guys win the game or leading to you guys getting to
I feel bad for Mariscal. He looks like a poor boy.
every year, in and out, no matter who they play. If they play a little baby team and the baby team got them on their heels, or they play one of the big giants and the giants got them on them heels, either way, the referee always finds a way to bail you guys out of your miseries. I'm telling you.
Is it our fault that fucking Tolisso made a shit pass to Ulrich and he missed the ball? What did you want us to score fucking own goals and let Bayern go to the final? Is that what everybody wanted?
No. Well, I mean, I think the world wanted Madrid to
Are
lose.
we supposed to score the goals they fucking miss? Are we supposed to be like, here's the fucking ball?
But then, what about the referee in that game? You don't say nothing about him then, because he helped you. You get me?
I mean,
because it was in favor of you. Because that was in favor of you. When it was against Bayern, it was in favor of you. Juventus, it was in favor of you.
It was.
And the team before that was in favor of you.
You telling me that it wasn't a penalty against Juve?
I don't know if you heard the episode, but
No, I didn't. You tell me it wasn't a penalty?
No. Can say what I said.
It was definitely a penalty, but the thing we definitely agreed on, even JV being the Madrid fan, we all agreed that
you don't call that.
You don't call that on.
That's a 50-50.
Yeah, that's a 50-50. That's a 50-50. You let that go on to extra time.
He had the ball too, though.
How is it 50-50?
He had his foot on the ball, and it was like.
How is it not a 50-50?
It's by the angle that you watch.
The ball is up here. The ball is up here.
And he comes from behind.
Fucking Benatia pushes him.
No. It depends on what angle you get.
Talking about.
Depends on what angle you
get. At least JV could have admitted to the fact that
Look up the foul.
We did.
We did look up the foul. We watched it.
And even JV said it.
Hands in the back of the fucking pushes him and then kicks him.
Okay, so then what do you want him to do? You want him to just fall on him?
You want him to what?
To make it
like
worse?
You just said it 5 minutes ago. You want him to what? Just like not let him. So, you just want him to let him just shoot the ball.
But he didn't push him for the back. His foot was on the ball. He touched the ball.
Both hands on his back.
It wasn't on his back, my guy.
So Come
on. No. I didn't see hands on the back. I did not see hands on the back. What I saw was the ball. I saw Lucas Vazquez had possession of the ball. And what was it? Who was it? Bonucci? Benatia. Cleared the ball out. And then his hands went on the back. But I still agree. It was a foul. Clear foul. But as a ref, you don't do that in the semifinal. I'm sorry.
Can't compete in the next
quarterfinal. Sorry, I said semifinal.
Compete in the next 30 minutes. You guys can't continue to compete. In the
That's my point. Is that I as the ref, I would have let it go on.
It's always got to be given something. It's always got to be given.
What are we arguing? That is not a penalty?
No, that's not the point. Is that as a ref, you extend it and you let that go on and you let it play.
In the first minute, you call it, and if that happens in 90 fucking 7th minute, you don't call it.
Exactly.
What?
Exactly.
How does that make sense?
Because the team still has a chance. Why wouldn't you let
But if you
them
call
the
it in
chance?
the first minute, why wouldn't you call it at the last minute?
I mean, yeah, I get your point there. I get that. It's wrong. It's wrong to
Those
not
are
call it. Yeah.
rules of soccer, but
no, of course, yeah.
But still, it's still a fucking foul, bro.
No, I'm not saying it's not a foul. I'm not saying it's not a foul. What I'm saying is the ref should have let the game
whole
on.
Game and go and call every single thing. It's a completely different game. You get my point there? If you go back to every single thing and
but that's in every game. That's in every game. That's not even That's not even only Madrid.
You got these two amazing teams fighting, and you're gonna let it go off.
Barca shouldn't have made it that far. They robbed Roma 2 penalties in Spain. They robbed them 2 on Zeko, 2 fucking penalties, and if we're gonna keep going further back, when they came back in against PSG, Suarez dove 2 times. They gave Barca 2 penalties.
But Barca's not in the final.
All right.
And because Barca did.
So if the refs help Madrid and we make it to the final, we're wrong. But if the refs help Barca and they don't make it to the final, they're not wrong?
No. That's been way better. This is one thing that I've been thinking about as we were arguing about this. For the past 10 years, the refs have been helping both teams, and neither you can deny that. Both teams. When Barca was dominating, refs helped Barcelona. And I, as a Barcelona fan, will admit that. We've had help. Like you just brought up. Last year, Suarez, clear dive. Clear as daylight. Dive.
But
No, but wait, hold on.
He's known for that.
I know.
Known for that. And
Does
doesn't he get in trouble for that a lot?
Of course, yeah, but he's
How many
still.
other people do you get in? How many other people get in trouble as like him for it? So there's actions that he does, and he takes responsibility for them. If he gets the penalty, he gets the penalty. If he doesn't get the penalty, there's times where he gets fouled and doesn't get the penalty. You get my point there, though.
I know.
How many times has he got fouled?
Yeah, but why are you diving? You shouldn't be diving. You're a soccer player. You're not supposed to be diving.
You know what?
It doesn't matter. You don't dive. You don't dive.
Neymar dives.
I know. That's why I hate him the most.
He doesn't get all the calls no more.
Exactly, and that's right. That's how the ref should do it. The ref should not be favoring any team.
And I'm not asking them to.
No, I know, but even individual players, you should not be diving. Busquets, Suarez, Ronaldo, Neymar.
Yo, good job for diving. I never said that.
No, I'm not saying you are saying that.
Because I don't like that either.
What my argument is,
because when
you shouldn't be diving. Point blank.
Hurts. And when I see that it gets me upset. It does get me mad.
Of course, because when it happens against us, we get pissed off. When it happens for us,
we're winning. But at the end of the day, did we really win that game? There's a little asterisk next to it, just like your season.
But that's exactly what my point is. For the past 10 years, it's been both Barca and Madrid.
Most of the UEFA's won are with asterisks in my eyes because they're all controversial. Every single year they're controversial, and that's my
recently.
That's my fight, and that's my thing about it. Why are most of your recent ones all controversial?
Well, because it's Messi and Ronaldo. Messi, Ronaldo. I mean, of course. Why wouldn't you want Messi and Ronaldo? Money-wise.
Well, there's not Messi and Ronaldo now, so let's see.
Well, I'm saying it's either or. In the past few finals, who we had there? Messi or Ronaldo? Ronaldo, obviously, a lot more. Because Madrid has won it, 3 years in the past 4 years?
No, 4 they're going for 4, right? 3 out of 4. They're going 4
3 out of 4. They're going 4 out of 5. Okay.
If they win, they'll go 4 out of 5.
But I'm saying he's in another final.
Yeah.
How many has Messi been in? In the past, maybe 10.
He's been dominating the league for the past how many years?
Exactly, but that's what I'm saying. That's why Barca and Madrid have been going up. Why? Because UEFA pushes either or. Either or that benefits them, it's going towards them. I
don't feel like UEFA pushes Barca more.
Not anymore because Real Madrid's dominating. Not anymore.
Bro, that PSG, come on. That PSG
Which one?
fucking comeback. You tell me that the ref didn't help them for shit?
Nope. Only that dive. Only that dive.
There was 2 penalties that weren't penalties.
That other penalty was a penalty. Clear penalty. Suarez, yes, it was a dive. I agree with you there. I will not agree with any other.
Because he's a diver, every time he gets fouled, it's a
But then that's his
your
own
question.
fault.
It is his own fault, but that's the thing. You give me your question in it. If it's a foul, it's a foul. Don't question it just because of who the player is. You get me?
Okay,
and
so
refs
we'll go back
that.
to Lucas Vasquez thing. And was it a foul?
Yes, it was. I agree with you. It was.
Why are we questioning that it was controversy if it was a foul?
What do you mean? Wait, who was
controversy? Not only through that call though, it was controversy throughout the whole game.
Wait. But what call are you talking about?
He's talking about the last one. I'm not just. I said there's controversy throughout all their wins, and I'm talking about like not only with Bayern Munich, but with all their wins.
Ooh.
All their wins, but everybody. There's controversy with all your games. At the end of all your games, bro, there's always something.
Who though? Against the Juve thing, I think that was a clear penalty. So that's controversy, I guess. But it was a foul.
Okay, but what about Marcelo's hand in Bayern Munich?
Should have
been a penalty.
But then what about that though? Exactly. What about it?
And what about the other 19 different chances that they had and didn't put it back?
But we're not talking about those 19. We're talking about that clear handball. But we're talking about that clear handball in the box that they didn't.
Well, it would have been a different game if the Bayern got it.
Isn't that a card as well?
No, because he didn't do it on purpose.
No, not
he just jumped.
Yeah,
it was just,
that's unintentional.
All right, so since it's unintentional, but it's still a foul, right? So do you call it just like you called the Lucas Vasquez one?
I mean, the Lucas
Vasquez
was
fucking
criminal. No, I'm not calling the one.
You're not calling a handball in the box.
The ref.
Are you calling a handball in the box or not?
No.
Wait, for which one?
And then that's why
Marcelo or
you don't call it. You don't call it.
And that's why I don't want to call it. And that's why I don't want to call that foul at the end of the 97th minute.
That shit was fucking. That's a
because
fucking clear.
They weigh the equal amount. They weigh equal amount. Why are you not going to call this penalty?
I mean, fine. Okay,
but you'll call this penalty. Okay, why are you going to call this one, but you won't call this one?
You call the penalty. What was it? It was 2-2. No, it was.
It would have been 2-2. Yeah.
It's an away goal.
It would have been 2-2. No, it's only one.
Stop.
But I don't say you called it. You don't call that one.
Okay, why wouldn't you call Marcelo's handball? Why wouldn't you call Marcelo's handball in the? Yeah, he was. At first, I thought. Nah, that's what I thought too. At first, I was like, yo, free kick. Then they showed it over and over and over in halftime, and I saw it clear inside the box. Clear.
I thought it was outside the box, so I didn't even see the replay.
But either way, it should have been a free kick or a penalty. I mean, if it was outside the box, it should have been a free kick. Not a yellow, not a
These
card
are the
though.
things that you go and talk about every time you think about when Real Madrid was in the semifinals or when Real Madrid was in the quarterfinals. You always have a conversation like this at the end of it. And that's all I'm saying is you never have one of the times where
But
listen, whoa, man, Real Madrid went into that game and they blew them out. Like, they dominated. Like, they...
Wait. Hold on.
We did with PSG.
Yeah, PSG.
But that was it.
We dominated PSG.
PSG collapsed. No, PSG collapsed.
No.
PSG
No. I'll defend Real Madrid there.
PSG looked lost, bro.
No, that's where
PSG.
No. Espérate.
PSG didn't even know how to pass the ball right, bro. They couldn't connect passes. They couldn't do nothing in the game. What do you mean?
No. Real Madrid did what they had to do that game.
They did, but also PSG looked like they didn't know what they were doing.
Because Real Madrid dominated it. How are you not going to look like a chicken without a head?
But no, you've seen game. No, stop playing like that, Andres. You're getting me really pissed the fuck off. Listen.
I'm
there's
listening.
times when the team goes in and they're a good team and they play like, you get me, and they just have a bad day. And then there's other times where and they're playing against a good team and they have a good game, and you get me, and it looks like they play. All right, that team had a bad game. A bad day. But now, when, like, you get me, Real Madrid is playing great, and now you're playing bad, and then you're already playing bad, on top of the fact that you're playing against Real Madrid and they're playing great. You get my point there?
Okay, all right, yeah.
That's even harder.
My bad. Yeah,
so once that happens, bro, you're lost. And after that, bro, there's no coming back from that. You get me? And that's
of course, you're facing fucking Real Madrid.
Besides playing Real Madrid, bro, it's like any big team. Any team that, when they're already playing bad, they were already playing bad from the jump of the game. They never started the game off hot. They didn't even go into it like PSG. You didn't even think it was PSG playing the game when you're watching the game. They played like shit.
Like I said, I said.
Roma dominated Barca.
Roma did dominate Barca.
Yeah, they did.
I said that countless times.
In Italy, they did. Hands down.
And Andres can say this about me. I give the credit when it's due. And I said that. Barcelona played like shit that day. Barcelona played like shit, and if Barcelona didn't play like shit, Roma wouldn't have beat them, and that's simple. I don't care, and that's what Andres was fighting me for a while, and I let it go. But in the end of the day, if Barcelona would have came into the game and played them how they play, they wouldn't have beat them the way they did. But they didn't go in; they looked lost.
Yeah,
when they played, they looked lost. Barca looked very lost.
Too overconfident. They really thought.
They went in, exactly. They went in and they were lost. They lost. They lost because they were lost in their mind and they didn't have it in their mind that they had to go meet something.
Liverpool, though, second half. They got overconfident. Roma almost came back.
No, they took out Mane. They took
out Salah and they took out Mane. Which, I mean, I get them.
But isn't that crazy, though?
But that thing is also you take them out so that they can... save up for this.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
7-6.
I mean,
Roma really put 6 in the back of the net of Liverpool.
What I don't understand is why would you sit down Salah and Mane, knowing you still have to keep this fight going?
Because they thought Roma wasn't going to come back.
But on top of that, what do you have to play for in the Premier League?
I don't even think it's about the Premier League. I think he was just trying to really give them their time to rest.
But that's what I'm saying.
All right, to when they play against Real Madrid.
Put yourself in his situation. What is your move?
I'd do the same move. I would have done the same thing.
You would have done the same thing.
Same thing.
You would have took out Salah and Sané.
Yes.
Even though
that was because they played
Mane.
Chelsea this weekend, right? That's why.
Yeah, but still, why? What's the point?
Let's say Champions
spots.
League.
Premier League is not done like these other leagues are done.
Nobody's done it.
Premier League goes into the end. You get me? Premier League is into the last day. Is like everything gets situated.
Man City's champion for how many points?
Yeah, but I think what he's saying is
but you're not getting
the Champions League position.
All these different positions and regulation spots. That's what you're not understanding.
I mean, but these games do matter. Arsenal's too far back. They're not gonna make it.
Yeah, but Chelsea still has
switched up.
Chelsea
won and everything.
It's Man City win 94. All right, who gives a shit? They're already in Champions League. Man United was 77. Liverpool in third was 72. Then Tottenham was 71. Then Chelsea was 69. So okay, that's I get that part.
I'm guessing that's why.
That's why.
Yeah, fighting for position exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
While other teams are still fighting.
I don't think Liverpool's not going to make Champions League.
But that's not.
But that's the thing.
In England, it's not only about finishing in Champions League or with English soccer, it's about how high. That's what they talk about in England. They talk about how high you finish in the league. Because in England, what they really care
won
about
Champions League spots.
in England, what they really care about is the English Premier League, and that's why the English Premier League is what it is, because they give so much attention to their league, and it means so much to them. Get
Of
my
course,
point?
because
yeah.
nobody. There's never. It's not never, but it's never.
You never
it's
see
rarely
what
consistent.
happens in La Liga. Like
Yeah, La
this,
Liga
like,
could
you
be
get me,
5
like-
years Madrid. Then
No, not even that. I'm saying like. Toward the end of the season, like, all right, we've already won the league, so you know how some teams.
That happened.
Oh,
That
yeah,
happened
yeah,
this year,
exactly.
though.
But Man City are still fighting for. They're still playing for points because they want to break records. If you really look at
Yeah,
the
but still,
look at the
man,
reports,
that-
go
the-
read the
when was-
reports.
when was
and see
that
what
shit
they're
over,
playing
though?
for.
When was that shit over?
Yeah, but the other
Man
teams
City,
didn't
like,
just say, "All right,
2-3
the
weeks
league's
ago.
over. We got nothing to play for." Other teams and other leagues
So that
do
doesn't
that.
happen in La Liga. I mean,
That does happen.
I feel
in
like
La Liga, there's teams that just give up.
Valencia and Celta are fucking fighting right now for
But they're
fucking
the
points.
only two teams fighting. There's multiple. I'm talking about that
Madrid.
there are multiple. There are more teams in the English Premier League that are fighting for these positions to go into the Euro than these other ones.
Just like
Actually,
La
but,
Liga
yeah,
too.
The first
both
three
Madrids,
are- the first
both
three-
Madrids are actually fighting
Sevilla?
for it.
Valencia.
Look,
The
look.
first three in Spain.
No, it's the
I'm
second
talking
two.
about, but I'm talking about the first three in Spain.
All right, Barca, Atletico, and
Barca,
Real.
And then Valencia already clinched that spot. That's already done.
Yeah, Valencia's
And then
done.
look
There are
Sevilla and
still
Celta?
games going on. You get me? But in the English, there's still
Oh
these.
shit, yeah.
Look at Valencia and
Between
Celta.
Betis,
But that's
Villarreal.
Euro. That's Euro
No,
right there.
that thing, one of them is still Champions League spot.
No, it's
Valencia already. Valencia is. It's done. Valencia has.
So in the Premier League too. What is it? Liverpool is they're
No,
third?
it's
No, because Arsenal is
fourth,
sixth,
fifth,
with
and
sixth.
sixth
Sixth,
place.
they're not making
Yeah,
it.
they're out.
Nothing.
But Chelsea still has a chance to go into the top. You get me? Against
Yeah,
Tottenham,
Chelsea.
Liverpool, which is it's a 69, 71, 72. And the fifth to third place is all. It's 3 points.
Yeah, they're
That's
all
the
3
only
points
thing, you get me?
within each other.
That's what I'm talking about. That's why Liverpool does what they did and take out those players.
Okay,
Because
so
they
yeah,
did
I
have a
get you.
big game against.
Now, with
Chelsea.
you knowing that information, you being Jurgen Klopp on the sideline, you taking out Salah and Mane?
Thank you. You get me?
No, actually, because they played Chelsea today, and I don't. If it's that close, then I don't know.
I take them
That's-
out.
that's difficult.
Because of the fact
'Cause, I
that we
mean,
played
yeah,
But
you
then
don't know-
That also did almost cost them the game. Like, granted, they
They
scored-
lost
they
1-0.
lost.
1-0.
Now, if they would have lost that game and lost this game, then oh my gosh, you get me? They lost.
But no,
they
I
won
don't
that
think-
game
I don't
and
think
they.
anybody expected Liverpool to even be here. So
Exactly.
I don't think that's
No,
like, it
we-
would've
I
been
mean-
like it would have been like wow, like that should happen, but it wasn't like a big thing. Like
Why you say that? Because
Roma.
they're in third place.
no, because Liverpool, they
They're in
don't have
third
the
place.
they don't have the best team, and I don't
But
even think
in
they
reality,
got the best team in
this
England.
year we're gonna watch the third places face off for the championship spot
Yeah,
at the
that's
Hall
true.
of Europe.
Oh, shit. I didn't realize
But then
that.
again,
But then
the
again,
first
what?
the first
Watching
place,
two third
the
place
first
teams.
place team in Madrid is Barcelona.
Exactly, and then the first place team in England is what? Man City. Are those two players? Are those two teams playing in the UEFA League Championship? No, they're not. Two third place teams are this year. So this year we're watching two third place teams, which both third place teams did what they had to do to get there. But at the end of the day, there's still two third place teams that didn't do what they had to do in the league.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. I mean, you
I'm
know.
just saying my point.
No, I get
Watching
you.
the third place. Third places take off. Hey,
Yeah, but
maybe we should just start
reality-
winning third place every year. We win the league.
Arsenal, I
Oh,
mean,
UEFA.
Arsene Wenger missed out.
Yeah, how
He's
many
out.
fourth? He stayed in fourth so long.
What do you think on Arsene Wenger? Because I remember a few episodes ago, I had you on, and like we were talking about how he
People are
was,
disrespectful to him.
huh?
People are disrespectful to him.
Very disrespectful to him.
They act like he does. The coach can only fucking do so much.
The coach can only put the players on. He
Yeah,
can't
nigga,
play for the
what the
players.
fuck-
It's
the
not
players-
FIFA.
the players are
But
just
you
not
put
fucking
the managers
doing-
playing the game. Like
It fucking like I said, he was scoring like crazy in
And then he's
in
missing
France, and now
chances.
he's missing chances. Fucking, what did I say about Zil the other fucking day? He's fucking inconsistent. He doesn't show up when he has to, and he's inconsistent. What
Who?
happened against
I'm sorry,
Atletico?
who?
Ozil.
Oh yeah, that's
He
right.
went missing.
but he's always done. He's always
Exactly.
Like that.
But
That's
and that's
Yeah,
why
that's why.
that's why I didn't like him at
That's why he
Madrid.
wasn't really like he was effective
Yeah.
in Real Madrid, but he really wasn't effective because what you just said. He does go ghost, and that's why that's his problem.
And I'm sorry, but that was Atletico's final. They know if out of those two teams, a team knows how to fucking play a home and away.
Well,
No,
it's
it's
Atletico.
fucking Atletico.
Atletico are champions on everything.
Bro.
They really deserve to be champions of a lot of stuff, but there's at the end of the day, they're in a really. It's difficult for them in the league that they're in with Real Madrid and Barcelona.
So who do you guys think is winning the? All right, now I'm
Oh, I
away
like-
from Champions
no, I
League.
think-
Even
winning.
that's hard because Marseille's a good team, bro.
Yeah, but
Marseille's a real
but
good
the thing
team.
is, like, then you're looking at that like. Look at Marseille and the teams that they have to play in week in and week out, and look at the teams that Atletico.
Yeah, but Marseille is fighting they're fucking consistently fighting in the league. You get me?
They're not that strong, bro.
Exactly. So they're more game. They're
when
more
do you
game
see
shape.
them beating like PSG and actually like having the likes of winning the French league? When do you see the French league really coming out of the grips of PSG or Monaco? Actually,
No.
Because Monaco is the only team that actually competes with them.
No, Lyon is there too.
Eh.
Yeah, Lyon is second. Monaco's third.
Who won last
Marseille
year?
is
Monaco didn't Monaco win last year?
Uh-huh.
So that's what I mean. And the year before that was PSG.
For like
The year before that
5
was that.
years
Yeah.
straight.
So that's what
But
I'm
look,
talking about.
there's
But
a big
the
difference
dominant
between
team
the fifth and the fourth, which is Marseille. This is what?
What is it? 2
19
to
points?
4th
Now you're gonna
place?
say that
No.
but
19
with
points?
all the technicality and the skill that Atletico
Oh no, I
have,
think Atletico's gonna win, but I don't think people should just sleep on Marseille though.
I'm
Marseille's
not
a
saying
real
sleep
good
on them,
team.
but at the end of the day, it's like this is a giant against that's like the same thing that's going on with Real Madrid against Liverpool.
I
Honestly,
mean, Marseille do got a Champions League. Atletico doesn't.
Really?
I think they have one or two. I'm not sure.
Shit, that was definitely before our time.
yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, they do got one though.
Don't Deportivo La Coruña have like
They have
La
a few
Liga?
Champions League, yeah.
No, they don't have.
Oh, I
La
mean,
Liga.
no, sorry.
La Liga.
La Ligas, yeah. They have a few La Ligas.
and where they now? Okay, it's,
Times change. Times
they're
change.
irrelevant.
Deportivo, I wouldn't say they were
They're
relevant.
irrelevant.
No.
They're type irrelevant now.
You can't say that. You can't disrespect a team with history.
Are they gonna win the league next year?
No.
You would never know.
You never know, but.
I mean, Leicester,
Listen, are they, Kevin? Are they gonna win the?
no,
Let's be
but
realistic. here.
Leicester City did win the league 1 year.
Thank you.
But that's
It
the
happens.
Premier League.
It happens.
That's the Premier League. That's
Doesn't
the Premier
matter.
League.
Wait, so you're saying that the
The
Premier League
Premier
is
League
this
is
year?
no. The Premier League is like crazy though, bro. Because there's games in. You have. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 out of the 20 teams in there that all compete, that all can every year, that the odds are all equal for those 7 teams to win it, because that's how that league is. When you look at the Liga, you see the odds, and there is like 1 out of 100 for this team to win, 1 out of this, and the top 3, there's only like Atletico with like 1 out of like 25. Let's say Barcelona 1 out of 15, and Real Madrid 1 out of 15. You get me? But the difference is there.
No,
That's what I mean.
I guess that there's more teams that compete
The
for
Premier League is like a
League.
toss-up. Like, can you when Manchester United and Manchester City play? Let's say that Manchester City's up and Manchester United win, and then another team comes out of nowhere and they win. You see? Have you ever watched after a Sunday, after a Premier League games are all done, and you look at the table before and the table after? That's the table that moves around the most. If you really look at it, pay attention to that table throughout the season. That table jumps the most. Yeah, Man City dominated the whole thing, but that whole table moves and jumps around the most.
That is, yeah,
There's
that's
other
true.
leagues that the table
After
literally.
Bayern, yeah.
There's other leagues that the table literally stays the same. The teams, if you look at it throughout years and years and years, the teams are in like the same, either a spot or two higher or a spot or two lower, or in a league below because they got regulated. But they're not jumping spots higher and higher like these English teams are. Get my point there?
No, I get you. Yeah, I get you. So,
Like Watford. Like, when was Watford that good? Watford's up there. Like, Watford's in the top 15. You get me?
where's Everton?
Everton is in the 7. Everton's 8, my bad. Burnley's 7.
Oh, Stoke City got relegated.
Stoke got relegated. And then that was opened up the opportunity for Butland to leave Stoke City, their goalkeeper.
He plays in Stoke? I thought
Yeah, that guy plays in Stoke City. So they're saying now is the time for him to leave that team.
Shaqiri, yeah, that was my word.
There's a lot of good players that play there. That team is not that, on paper, is not that bad. On the field, they're horrible.
Hesse plays, but he's on loan from PSG.
No, he does not play there no more.
He plays for Las Palmas. He's on loan from Las Palmas.
Oh, there we go. I'm sorry. He's on loan from Las Palmas.
Out.
Yeah.
From
Jose
PSG?
Hesse?
That's right.
No, Hesse Rodriguez, right?
Well,
He was in Madrid.
He was a Madrid player.
Yeah, and he was a Paris Saint-Germain player also.
Yeah, he went from Madrid to
I
PSG.
think he was on loan from
Las Palmas.
PSG too. I'm gonna look it up real quick but I'm pretty sure.
we sold him back to Las Palmas though.
Okay,
No,
now
because they said that I read an article the other day that they were like,
Yeah, because he
that
got into
Hesse
a fight.
he got X'd out of the team because he got
He
into a fight.
wouldn't take the. He wanted to take the
roles.
penalty. No, he wanted to take the penalty, and I think it was
the
Charlie
roles.
Adam didn't.
The roles,
Yeah.
the roles that they take on the team.
So they asked my man. He was good though, back in the day.
he was.
on loan from Paris Saint-Germain. He was on loan from Paris. That's what I was gonna say. Paris Saint-Germain loaned him to Las Palmas, and then Paris Saint-Germain took him back and loaned him to Stoke City. No, I'm telling you that's what it is.
Oh, you're reading it from an
No,
article?
I'm telling you that's what it is. I know it.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He was on, but they took him out of there already. He did not work well there. But then again, Stoke City didn't do what they had to do.
Okay.
That's why they're.
Now that we're speaking on leagues, give me you. I'll ask you first. I'll let you think. What's the most competitive and attractive league that there is in the entire world? You don't have to go strictly to Europe. You can go around. But in your personal opinion, what is the most competitive league? Because now that we're speaking about Premier League and La Liga, and then you brought up Bundesliga.
Over what years though? Like now?
Recent years.
Right now?
Recent years. Recent 10 years.
I think the most competitive league would be.
And attractive, so balance it out.
Attractive, I think, is the German league. They play beautiful soccer, bro. They every team, even the ones that are
towards
relegation,
they
just
soccer. It's not that they play beautiful soccer.
They do.
They score beautiful goals.
No, but
because
the way they play too, they touch, they run, they're just how soccer is played. Like you don't see that in the.
But that changed when Pep Guardiola went there, and now they're playing like.
No,
that
I mean Dortmund has always played like that. Dortmund has always played like that.
But that's Jurgen Klopp's philosophy. But Jurgen Klopp's not there no more.
Schalke's always played like that. Bayern.
They're more like
Hamburg. They've always played like that. They're just the German, the way they play.
I think it's the. But like,
I think attractive and competitive.
You can't combine attractive and competitive.
But
it's either you're an attractive league or you're a competitive league.
I mean, they're competitive unless
competitive
you're
to
fucking
me,
Bayern winning the title. They're a very competitive league.
The competitive league to me would be the English Premier League because it's always a toss-up.
Now, why wouldn't that be an attractive league to a player?
Which one?
The Premier League.
Oh no, that is. Well, I'm thinking you're asking me as a fan perspective, as a player perspective.
I'm asking you as a fan. As a
fan perspective, to watch day in and day out. Yeah, I would rather watch the Premier League day in and day out
over anybody else.
I'd rather watch the German league.
The German. You'd say the German.
I'd say, and behind the English is probably the Italian.
Right after?
No, I don't
Yeah,
like
you said like number 2.
Yeah, like number 2. I like to watch the Italians.
I don't like their soccer.
Really?
Yeah, no.
I mean, I haven't really watched it in recent years.
Young kids out there that are doing what they got.
What about you? What's number 2 to you?
Because that's the other thing you got to understand is that you got a lot of old stars from that used to play. You get me around the world now. They're just playing in Italy also.
Like who though?
I'm not gonna name those off my head like that. But I'm talking about like their own old stars. You get me? Like old stars from the
like
past,
they're loyal guys, like
Italian
Scholes.
guys, yeah.
Okay.
Like
yeah, but I say the Spanish league is the second one.
Well,
but I think the Spanish league has the best teams.
Well, they have the 2 best teams in the world because those are the 2 best teams in the world.
The Spanish teams have dominated the European realm for the last 10 years.
You have to let it go in Sevilla.
Sevilla got a 3-peat in the Europa.
3? I thought it was 4.
No, they won 3 back-to-back. Atletico Madrid won in 1 year. I know they won it 2, I think.
No, I was looking the other day. They won 3.
Okay.
I know Sevilla, I think like 7 in total.
3. Yeah, but they won 3 back-to-back.
Yeah, 3 back-to-back. Okay.
Madrid has won the last 4. No, the last 3 out of 4. Barca won that 1 year against Juventus. So you got to ask yourself, why isn't any other teams from other leagues winning European championships?
Who plays the best soccer?
Spain. And that's why they won one of the last 2 World Cups. You get me? Out of the last 2, Spain was one of the top winners. And they dominated that year just like Germany dominated this year. The last one that happened.
Now, do you think with Germany winning the 2014 World Cup, do you think that
it boosts
the Bundesliga
more money
up?
comes into it, and more attraction goes to there, more eyes are on there. You get me?
Actually, I don't know, because you don't see a lot of players leave the German league. unless they're like real big stars. Like the only one that I think that left the German league that was big was Gundogan, and he went to Man City. Who else left?
Leroy Sané too.
but he
Okay.
but he
Young
wasn't out.
star. Yeah, that's true.
They bring them young. They take them young.
Yeah,
To
and they make
other
him
teams, they make him
okay,
big.
bigger one.
But name a big star that left the Bundesliga. Like wow, he went to another big team.
I'm trying to think, but I can't.
They don't let their players go.
Mandzukic. He left.
But
left.
he wasn't a big star though.
Well, no, you can't really say that against him because before it was Mandzukic was their guy.
No, he was. Mandzukic was fucking good though. Mandzukic was real
That's what I'm
good.
saying. You can't say that because Mandzukic was their.
But wasn't he? He didn't go from Atletico to Juve.
Yeah, but he came from Atletico. He came from Bayern. Sorry. All right, hold on. Is it pronounced Bayern or Baron?
Bayern.
I say Bayern.
It's Bayern.
I say Bayern, and people look at me like I have a third eyeball. Okay, Bayern.
You're always like on top of somebody, so they're gonna.
That's the only thing that I say wrong. So don't even.
So anal with that shit.
You like it, Eno? Cochino. Okay, moving on from leagues. Frank Lampard the other day he came out and he was saying,
My bad. You said Frank Lampard brought in New York City FC. They're trash. All right.
we'll get into that.
Just gotta say that.
He said it's not easy to recreate what Arsenal has done. Arsenal have had problems with staying up top over the few years. Chelsea still have someone like Gary Cahill. Meaning, what he's talking about is that Chelsea doesn't have anybody loyal anymore. Like a dedicated. They don't have a John Terry. They don't have a Lampard.
Yeah.
So he's like
the way they treated them. They fucking kicked.
All right, hold on, okay, hold on.
They didn't
want him back.
I know. Hold on, that is a good point. Chelsea still have someone like Gary Cahill, and there are some players that
I just feel like that Chelsea they went away from their roots when they got the new owner.
Roman.
But I mean, he's the reason they won the Champions League.
That is, yeah.
But then again, at the end of the day, they went away from their English roots. You get me? That's why they really can care less about their English players like that.
Okay, hold on.
Playing for them.
I'm gonna smack you. Chelsea still have someone like Gary Cahill, and there are players who feel the club and care, but you need to show that by taking part in events, going over to clap them, and showing your appreciation because it's the fans who are really buying into the club.
That's another thing. Like the fans, the fans want to see these superstars, but the fans also want to see their own superstars. You know what I mean? Because England does have high.
It's the whole English league though. A lot of the English,
what do you mean?
A lot of the English teams they don't have English players.
So you're saying that they should?
Yes, they do. The Liverpool duo is Henderson and Lallana. And that's been them for the longest.
But that's two.
Alex, you're talking about
Oxford Chamberlain because he just got there. But for the longest, it's been Lallana and Henderson, and they've been on that hard.
You're naming one team out of how many?
But that's what I'm saying. They're going away from their roots. That's what where are you trying to find me on there? I'm saying that Chelsea went away from their roots. Because when Chelsea was really doing really, really good, they had John Terry, Frank Lampard, you get me? And their fan base was on them because their fan base wants to see the captain of England all the time, which was John Terry, you get me? Or Frank Lampard, you feel me? Those was two solid guys for the English national team. And when you play in the England, like obviously wherever you play, you want to see those players that are from your country play great.
I also think it's just no players loyal anymore.
That's not true.
Name me one.
That's loyal? Messi.
This generation. I'm not talking about that generation. That generation is different because that's Messi, Iniesta, Ramos, Scholes, Ryan Giggs. That's that generation. I'm talking about this generation. Like Leroy Sané, Neymar, Gabriel Jesus.
I don't think none of them are loyal.
But then again, it's not. That generation, it was about like something completely else than what this generation about. This generation is always focused on money and like flashiness. But I think like
the whole Messi situation is like, where's he gonna go?
He could go anywhere he wants. Honestly, he can go anywhere he wants. No, but he
was like raised
in
Spain. He was raised in Barcelona. He came up. Like I don't think he wants to leave. You got me? And like, there's no team that's gonna buy him anyways.
Oh no, that's
Man City, PSG,
Chelsea, PSG.
Real Madrid if they wanted to.
Think Messi would be like, all right, I'm gonna
No, but you're asking. What you're asking is who can buy him, and I'm telling you, PSG, Man City, Real Madrid.
And I
Definitely
guarantee
has
any
that.
of these top dogs, any of these teams, even Roma, AC Milan, Inter Milan, any of these teams will throw up the cash. They will find the cash and throw up the cash.
Nah, I don't
You
think
say
so.
no, but that's Messi.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. I don't think
Teams will do
so.
whatever it takes to get that man on their team. Don't play
Why
games.
haven't they?
Don't play games.
But it's like
because he won't leave. He won't leave because he's a loyal
But also,
player.
Barca's been one of the teams that's been winning most of the championships. You get me? Even in Europe. Like I said, the last 10
And
years.
they got 30 something, 30, I think 6, 35,
No, 33.
Exactly.
34. I think it's a low.
Spanish teams have been dominant. What all players want is to fucking win the Champions League. So out of the last 10 years, what other teams have won the fucking Champions League that wasn't a fucking
Spanish team. No.
Just, Chelsea won one and Bayern won one.
And Bayern won one, yeah. Yeah, and before that, that's when we had that mixture.
And then Barca, and Messi's from Barca. He's not gonna go to Madrid.
No, of course not.
So
No.
where's he
You
gonna
say
go?
that like in the past, like they said a lot of people wouldn't do that. Look at Figo.
No, but Figo wasn't raised though. Wasn't raised under Barcelona.
That's true. That's a good point. That's like it's
It's like
more
fucking
of.
Riquelme going to River. He was raised in Boca.
That's true. Yeah, that's also a good point.
If you're
That's like here. That's
if you're-
our
if you're- if
situation.
you're born in
We're
a-
raised in Belleville. We're gonna go play in Nutley.
No,
Exactly.
but there's people who did it.
Exactly. But that's just them transferring in from a different school.
No, that's literally there's people who did it.
I mean, the
Fernando,
only
I'm
one
making a
that
point.
have gone directly was Saviola. That he went from Madrid to Barca. That went directly from.
Wait, Fuigo did the same thing.
No, Figo went to.
No, yeah, he did. Yeah,
I
he
think
did.
Figo went to a different team.
Nope.
Wasn't he? Did he go to Inter?
No, he ended his career in Inter. That's after Real Madrid.
Okay, I know. Yeah, you're right. Saviola and Figo, I think did it.
Yeah, because I remember they like trashed his house, his family. Well, I don't know, a bunch of shit.
Because then Ronaldo went from Barca to Inter.
He was the one who went from Barca to Inter Madrid. Let me see. Yep.
Yeah,
He ended
him
his.
and Saviola are the only two that have actually gone directly like that.
He ended his season in 1999-2000, started in 2000-2001 for Real Madrid.
Yep.
And he only had 8 more goals. Not that big of a difference. Yeah, and then in 2005 he went to Inter, and he ended his career at 2009 with him.
Yeah, so it's like there's not a lot of fucking players that actually do that.
So what do you think that since Fernando, you mentioned that a lot of English teams have moved away from the roots, do you think they should go back or just keep moving forward and try to...
They need I think they need to move forward. They need to evolve. Like they're
Well, what's really evolving?
Like-
You're not. What are you evolving? You're
They-
evolving other players, or do you want to evolve other players from other
they're
countries?
playing
and build
their playing style. You don't see
I
a
don't
lot of
think-
English teams coming out the back. And
No.
that's something that they're not the England coach said. It's like we gotta evolve players to come out the back.
But their own players. You get what
Yeah,
I
no,
mean?
their own
They
their
got
own players.
To make their own.
But
players.
they're not gonna do that by staying where they are. You get me? They need to move forward. They need to.
Yeah, but moving forward to me is not going out and buying players to come into your team. Moving
No, they
forward,
need
is
to
making your
exactly
academy
bring them stronger. Yeah.
Like, and I know it's real. It's just like coming from A all the way down to Z. But like what Red Bulls did. I've been a Red Bull fan for years, and now where our mentality is like, we went through struggles with all these big key market players, and we didn't win nothing, and you know we had our right seasons, but we were always short that last thing. Now we have players that play for us who have something to actually play for and fight for, because those are actually our players. Like, they were grown through us, they were made through us, and they started with us. You get me?
But I think that's just the Red Bull mentality overall. Because if you look at Leipzig, at fucking Salzburg, they did the exact same thing. That's why Leipzig
Was
where they at.
They just lost in the semifinals.
Yeah, that's why Leipzig, they bought Timo Werner, Matty Young, and they brought him up. They bought Emil Forsberg, Matty Young, and he's been putting on. Naby
Sure,
Keita too.
yeah, because Leipzig, I don't know if they're in second,
Leipzig
but I
was,
know they
think,
were up.
fourth, I think.
They were in first place for like, I
'Cause
think, 2
right
weeks.
Now it's
No,
Schalke.
they were in first place for like 2
for a while,
months.
yeah.
Oh, really?
Stop
Oh,
playing.
okay, I'm sorry.
They were up
No,
there.
I want
Oh, yeah, Werner
Right now,
was a monster.
Right now it's Schalke, Dortmund, and I think Hoffenheim.
Let me see, I'm sorry.
And I think-
Let me just...
But Tim Werner, he's going to be one of the next. He's going to probably be
Oh,
the next
yeah.
Mueller
He's,
for
Fans
Germany.
he's like 20 something. He's like
20,
22, 23.
21, like that. 22,
Yeah, they
21.
dropped down to 6. Holy shit, they're in 6 with 50 points.
That's because they're all good teams, bro.
Well, then when you look at the when you look at the Red Bull lineup, like you have Tyler Adams, Sean Davis, Valo, you have all these other guys who came through our farm system. You get me? So they're like raised.
Yeah, no, I get you, but I think that's just like the whole like Red Bull thing. You get me? That all the Red Bulls have done that, and they were talking about that about Salzburg that they right now we're in the semifinals. That they brought up young players, and that's what they're doing good
from their roots. German
yeah.
players. You get me? They're
Salzburg is from Austria,
but like
Leipzig.
even the German. Everyone are bringing up their own players because we have a player from I think the German league. He's German. Is Mark?
I don't know.
Razwaskovic, something like that.
Something.
He's from Salzburg.
Yeah, he's from Salzburg.
He's good. He's good.
He's an amazing fucking player, bro.
Mm-hmm. It's because he didn't make it in Salzburg.
And he's played Champions League and Euro League spots over there with them. So it's
Definitely.
like,
yeah, he's good.
No. Now we all remember AC Milan being a big team, Inter Milan being big and scary. You know what do you think they need to do in order to be part of the elite European teams again?
The league.
But Juventus is doing good.
But it's not. It's the only team as a player. You're not gonna go.
Got all the,
if you get an offer from fucking Inter, Milan, and Juve, who are you gonna go? Juve.
Well, that's now in this generation.
Yeah.
Before it was.
But it's also back then the league was competitive. You get me? The league. No, all the other teams were fucking.
There was a long time where the Italian league was the only league people liked to watch because like what I just said about the English Premier League is because there was about 8 or 9 teams to watch there. Like look, like.
Yeah, it was Inter.
It was
Roma,
Napoli,
Milan,
Inter, AC,
Napoli,
Lazio, everything. Yeah. that league at one point, all 20 fucking teams were the top teams in the world and shit. And who didn't want to play in the league back in the 90s?
Now that league is terrible. The league is
no, they're not that terrible. They still have. If you're really watching those games and those leagues, they have interesting games and interesting leagues. It's just
but that's every league. But it's not like they can make it far out of there.
A league that is controlled and dominated. Like these top 4 or 5 leagues, you get me? Like English Premier is never dominated. The Spanish league is dominated between Barca and Real Madrid. The German league is dominated between Bayern and maybe Dortmund, but it's Bayern. And the French league is dominated by PSG, and then at the 10 years maybe Monaco will win one. Like,
but it's the fact that the players want to win Champions League.
That's the other thing, and that's where you're losing.
Exactly.
Before it wasn't about the Champions League, you get me? Before it was who won their league, and after that, then whatever happens. But the main objective, and a lot of players are losing it, and you were bringing it up, is that the main objective is to win your league. Go day in and day out for your league. Because that's what matters.
No, the league is important.
And
I've
told this to Andres, I personally don't feel that there should be a tournament that goes up to raise a champion of Europe while you're playing a league that is in Europe. You get me? If you're playing for the league and you haven't won the league yet, how can you get champions of that league? And I've been told Andres that I think it should just be the number 1 place team of every league. They play. That's it. In Europe, you get all the number 1 place teams. Because there's some countries that they don't even get a spot in the Europe. UEFA,
but the thing is,
they do. They have to play playoff spots.
Exactly, but fuck, that's
why does a number 1 seeded champion?
Did Liverpool have to come to the playoff?
But what I'm saying is like that.
I think so.
But
yeah, they did against Hoffenheim.
But Hoffenheim shouldn't. But I'm talking about like another country like Switzerland. How many teams come out of Switzerland? 1. But
it's also you got to think the power that the teams have though.
And what I'm saying, it shouldn't be about that. It should be how many leagues are in Europe. And out of all those leagues, if there's 12 leagues in Europe, only 12 teams come out into the tournament. That's simple. No second place, no third place. Because last year, you guys won the league, right? So the only team that should have been in the champions for this year would have been who? Real Madrid, because they're the team who won the league last year. You get my point there?
Yeah, but you're also taking the opportunity for other teams and other players to play champions.
But they didn't. So you want to play champions? Be a champion. Win your league.
Yeah, but it's one spot for 30 teams.
You want to be a champion? Be a champion. That will mean so much way more. It's the truth.
I mean, I get your point, but it's basically what they're doing with the fucking World Cup. They want other countries to feel that experience and evolve in soccer and evolve the feeling that is like I'm going to the World Cup. That's what
they have the European Championship.
That's what they're expanding. That's what they're expanding the World Cup
They
too.
can make the European Championship second place, third place, fourth place, and fifth place if they want. Put 4 teams from every country to go into it. Make a nice big tournament.
And that's what they're doing. They're doing
but keep champions just the champions. Because you can't be called a champion of Europe if you're not even if you never even won the championship of your country, really. Now let's say how crazy is that? Liverpool is the champions of all of Europe. But when the last time Liverpool won the league?
No, that's true.
It's the same concept when it comes to baseball.
I get your.
You call it the World Series, but it's only within the U.S. It's the same thing. It's basically about the name, not only the name, but it's like the title.
Yeah, but
if you're gonna give the title Champions League, it should be only champions. Which I get his point, but at the same time, like
it's the same thing. Like I said with the World Cup, like they're opening it to other countries, so they can have that experience.
And I agree with that. I don't feel like it should just be like from the Oceanic region. It should only be one team because they don't have that much power. No, it should be equal out throughout. There's 7 continents.
Definitely.
If there's 7 continents, you bring 4 teams from every place.
But it's also the power. It's also the power of the teams. You get me, and where they come from. Like you can't like you say you want for every champion.
You can't just be giving. You can't be giving things out like.
No, but I'm saying
in the national championship of football in the college football over here. They just put teams into that tournament.
No, but I'm saying
you can't just do that to call somebody a champion of a national championship.
If you want to do that with the Champions League, you'd have the champion
European Championship.
Yeah, but say, look, if you had that idea of that every champion, I get what you're saying. But let's say you have the fucking champion of Croatia and you have the champion of fucking Switzerland. They're not gonna compete name by name against.
I've seen
realistically, bro.
How do you know? I've seen a 3rd division team.
Yeah, but look
in
how
Champions League though.
No, yeah. I've seen a 3rd or 2nd division team beat Real Madrid.
Oh, like Copa del Rey, you mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's Copa del Rey, though. They do it.
These little teams are beating the big teams, so give them the chance.
Yeah, but you gotta look at...
How much of a chance is it for a Switzerland champion when they really don't get a chance? They gotta go to a playoff before they even get to a chance to compete in the European...
Because then they make it and they don't do good.
But that's
wrong. Yeah, but look at
Leicester's
situation. When Leicester won the Premier League, they entered Champions League the year later. Look how far they went. They went further than Arsenal ever went.
So they're the only team that should have been in there from England.
Exactly.
Like the only team.
So
that should
I
be
get his point where the little teams, they would surprise you because look at over the years, small teams have been like surprising us left and right.
For a reason.
You know, Leicester did good. They went as far as to almost defeating Sevilla.
Like, oh, because you don't have a big name marquee player on your team, you don't deserve to be in this thing.
They're not
or because you're not in a big marquee league, you don't deserve to have this spot. Like, no, that's wrong because there are players on that team that are putting heart, dedication, and
I get that, but it's just like they're not competitive.
And just because I'm in a smaller league than the 5 top leagues, and they get all the spots into it, really, because that's the really truth of it. They get all the spots.
No, but it's like they're not competitive enough to make it a show. You get me? It's
just I think they're competitive enough. I think that a Switzerland champion could beat the crap out of Marseille or a French team.
They have the chance though. They have the chances. They just don't do it. And they have two teams out of each group make it out. They just don't do it. Basel fucking...
I'm talking about before the group stages, bro. Before the group stages. When
the
group stages are set, it should be...
That's where all the champions play, though. That's where all the champions from the leagues that are not really famous, that's where they play. And Basel always makes it.
But
the Switzerland
right.
champion.
You're not giving them the chance to play in the champions, like, because they're champions. If they're champions,
yeah,
they should just be in the champions consideration. Now,
I get you.
You're in a little league, so you're not in the big guys. You're not up here with us, you know.
But
you're the champion there, so you're going to European.
But then you have what, a fucking a 6-game tournament? Less than that? It would be. There's Spain, England, Germany, Italy. That's 4. You want 4 champions, and what else? How would you make that tournament?
Let me see. Hold on. I kind of get where you're coming from, but let me see.
All right, throw France in there. 5.
Yeah, France.
That's 5 teams. What are you gonna make a league?
No, I mean you can throw in Australia, Belgium, Croatia,
all right,
Switzerland,
so you name out of all those countries, name one team that could actually compete against Bayern, Barca.
Doesn't matter if they can compete. You give them the chance to do it either way.
They do
you don't
get the
take
chance,
it away
though.
from them because you don't think that they can compete on paper. You give them their chance, whether on paper they match up or they don't match up.
They got the chance though. They do get the chance in the playoffs, and then they get a chance in the group.
That's
They should just be in the group. They shouldn't have to.
should.
Go back to the point that there's too many leagues. There's too many leagues in Europe for that.
But that's why you use one team from every country.
I mean,
the
I guess
champion of every country goes in. That's my point. Because there's not only 6 countries in Europe. You get my point there? There's not only 6 leagues in Europe. We just focus on these 6 leagues because we're so blinded by all these key mark players when you don't give a chance to see these other players do what they got to do. Where did this player come from? And where did that player come from? From one of these little teams. From one of that little team. You get my point? They go and they buy them before they even get the chance. And the reason why they don't get a chance is because they're already bought out of them to go win Champions League. They want to go win Champions League so bad because they're never getting a chance to win Champions Leagues where they're from. And that's why there's not a lot of players still playing in their own country and for their own teams. You get my point? Like the top Fellaini. Fellaini came from Basel?
Belgium,
and that's a Basel team.
No, that's Switzerland.
What's this team that he came from over there?
Genk, probably. I don't know. He played in Everton before.
No, before that though.
Probably Genk.
No, Genk's from Belgium.
There's one
No, the other one that
one that I like.
Question played for Anderlecht. Yeah.
So, like, who has won that league last time? And were they in the group stages? You get me? Were they equal? Like, was it equal?
Anderlecht was in it.
Anderlecht has been in a few times.
But I'm talking about,
a few times.
There should be one team from every league.
So I guess what would be fair is to have one team from each country, and then maybe second and third places do the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? So that they have the chance because of the fact that the Belgian champion has to fight for another spot when they already became champion. I get that part. Same thing with Sweden or Croatia or Switzerland. But like the second or third place teams, I guess for me personally, they should go into the playoff spots with other second place, whatever, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
I think they mostly just...
Netherlands gets 3 spots.
Yeah, they get 3. Spain gets
Greece
4.
gets 1. Romania gets 1. No, Greece gets 2. They had because the playoff spots like that. Now that those little teams like that, they all got to play playoff. That's not cool. It's not right.
They don't have. Sometimes they don't have the power and the money.
Scotland, like the Rangers, they have to play.
But that's the thing. That's the thing.
They don't have the power or the money to do all that shit too.
Celtic has to play playoff spots to get into it. You get me?
Really? Yeah. I thought they automatically go in.
If Celtic doesn't win the Champions, they have to play a playoff spot. You get me? For their second place, though. But they're second place. But why doesn't another second place team have to play a playoff spot? Why are they just given that?
The power and the size of the country.
Yeah, but that shouldn't have to come into play.
You know what I'm saying?
They need to have the money for it too.
This is about soccer, though.
It is about soccer, but they need to have the money to be in Champions League too. You get me? Sometimes.
Why?
Like, you know how expensive it is to
you know
travel
what would
a team,
happen?
though?
You know what would happen if another group out of UEFA, another group would come up with money and they would make a league and they were like, all right, now only one team of every country comes in. That tournament will be way
That's
more.
The Club World Cup.
Nah, that's not the Club World Cup. That's 17.
The Libertadores
the Club World Cup. No, the Club World Cup. The Club World Cup goes down to after the UEFA is done. Now that team goes and plays the team from, let's say, they wouldn't be the CONMEBOL because what they like to do to make it look good, they'll do it on purpose, which they put the UEFA in the top left corner and they'll put the CONMEBOL in the right bottom corner so that those two teams are most likely to end up facing each other at the end.
But let's be realistic. Are those two not the best teams in the best to the two best teams
so
out of
you
that?
are going out of your own ability instead of making it completely random. You're going out your own ability and fixing it. Now it's not
because then you get a fucking final like fucking Barca and wasn't it Casablanca? They blew them out.
But look at Casablanca. When was the last time you heard about them? They made it there, didn't they? They did what they had to do, right? They beat other big teams that were in the tournament. They didn't just face all the little teams just to get.
They beat it. They beat Atletico Mineiro when Ronaldinho was there.
It's like you gotta make it competitive too.
I seen fucking Santos almost shit on Barcelona, so don't play with me. The Barcelona came back in the second half and beat them, I think, 3-1 in that game. It wasn't a big difference when Neymar played there, bro.
Neymar played at Santos.
Was a good game. And it was Santos from Brazil playing.
Yeah, but that's his point.
Exactly.
But the
Europe
Santos
and South
You gotta
America.
make it competitive, though.
But,
You get me?
but what I'm trying to say is, like, look, you gave a small team like Santos made it all the way up there compared
I
to
wouldn't say they're a
Barcelona.
small team,
Compared to
though.
Barcelona?
Yeah, but no,
Santos
but he's
is a big
comparing it
team
to
in
the
South
rest, like
America. Yeah, like
the
Santos
Asians
is
or
bigger
the
than an Asian team than
African.
the
There's a lot of
African
teams,
Yeah.
and that's my other, but that's what I'm saying also. Like, what about those big teams, but they're big only in their country, and they don't get the real
Santos
chance
is a
to
big
get
team
out of
in the
UEFA?
world, though, overall. It's just like Boca and River.
True.
You get my point, though? Like, these big teams that are only really big in their country because they dominate their country. You get me? Like, say Switzerland, Ireland, and all those other countries. Those number one teams in their countries, they don't really get the chance to do what all the other.
They don't get the recognition outside of their country.
Yeah. Even the second place teams in those countries don't get the same treatment as second place teams in other leagues. And I feel like that everything should just be fair and equal.
But then you have things like the Copa del Rey.
But it's not
the Copa
fair.
del Rey is a fucking joke.
How is it a
The
joke?
big teams don't play their starters until probably the quarterfinals. And then you have like a first division team playing a fucking third division team. Other than the fact that once in a while you have one team that beats Madrid, or you have
Hey, that's your
Barca.
fault if you want to play.
Okay, no, exactly. But the thing is, that happens once every fucking
And if that
blue
third division
moon.
team comes through and they bust your ass because you wanted to choose and make some wrong decisions, well, guess whose fault that is? That's your fault. And guess who capitalized? The little team.
But how often
so
does
guess
that
what?
happen,
Give
though?
that recognition to the little team.
How often does that happen?
You don't hear about it, you don't talk about it as much because they don't give the
In the Copa del Rey,
recognition.
in the Copa del Rey, they have chances. They have 2 games every fucking year. With lower
Didn't Real
division
Madrid
and top
lose
division.
A couple years ago, really bad to a second division team.
It was against Alcorcon, but that was what, like 10 years ago.
But y'all lost.
No, yeah, we did.
And then when
Barca
Barcelona
too.
lost the first game of Eibar, right? Eibar's first game in the Premier League. I mean, in the La Liga, when Eibar beat them the first game.
But Eibar is in the top
you
division.
get me?
Though.
But I'm talking about the first game Eibar played in the top division.
Yeah,
It
but
was
then
like
the
a
top,
big thing.
But then they are in the top division for a reason, though. They went through the
They
second
won,
division.
yeah, they won, but that's
Exactly.
what I'm saying. And there was a big thing, and I'm just giving them the recognition because everybody remembers that Barcelona lost to Eibar their first game.
Yeah, but back to the point, like if you would do that championship shit, it's like the Copa del Rey, and that's just everybody
I don't
hates
think it's
the Copa del Rey.
I don't think it's the Copa del Rey because there's not teams there that don't deserve to be there. There's the first and second. If you're anything, there's the first place teams of all the countries. And why are you saying that they don't deserve to be there for? Get my point
What?
there? Why are you saying? If I'm saying that it's only the champions of every league, there's only the first place. It's only the team that won the league. You get me?
Because some leagues are
Real
not competitive.
But I'm not
Some
asking
leagues
you
are not.
about that. I'm not asking about that.
No, I'm saying back to the whole thing. The fucking champion of Luxembourg is not going to be Sevilla.
But you can't say that though, because have you given them
Let's
the
be
chance to play?
fucking realistic, bro.
Have you given them the chance
And
to
let's
play?
be realistic.
Andres,
Realistically, you think the fucking champion of fucking Luxembourg
talk
is
about
going to
fair
be
play all
Sevilla?
the time, right? Give them the fair play. Let them play fairly. Let them play with their feet, not their hands, not with their mouths, not with the paper. You get me? Not on paper. You get my point there?
No, I get your point, but it's just
So
like
then why don't they deserve to be there? Because I get your point. You get me? I'm getting your point, but you're not. Every time I get you with a question to answer, you want to bring in another thing to try to help you out. But I'm still gonna go back to that point. Why don't they deserve to be there? They're the champions of their league,
because they're not
and
competitive
this is the
leagues.
Champions League.
Because they're not competitive leagues.
But that shouldn't matter.
Of course it matters.
That shouldn't matter because if a team that's a champion in Europe never gets the chance to play in the UEFA Champions League because their league doesn't really matter, then that's wrong. That's not fair.
It's wrong,
Because
but it's also...
then all the teams in Europe haven't had a chance to win and compete for the championship because then even if I win my league, I still don't get a chance to win my Champions League.
But
I still don't get a position in Champions League, even if I win my league.
But there's a reason
You get
why
my
there's
point there? Now you're
there's a-
discouraging the league.
There's also a reason why there's only 5 major
Now
leagues
players in that
Europe,
league get
though.
discouraged. But listen, now players in that league get discouraged. And now what do those players want to do? Instead of staying in that league and making that league better and stronger, now they're leaving into the leagues that they already made stronger. Get my point there?
I get what
now
you're saying.
You're killing the game around the whole world doing that.
Not really.
Yes, really.
Not really.
Because
because you're making it only about
but
money.
it's also
now you're making it about
you got few players that want to go to different teams. What about some
it's not
teams?
only a few players. You're not going to sit here and
What
say
are the chances
that
like a fucking the best player of Luxembourg is really going to be a star in Madrid? The fucking the fucking
How do
star
you know?
in like in.
How
in,
do you know?
In what's
How
it
do you
called though?
know?
Because it doesn't. Let's be realistic.
You can't say that,
it's
though.
just being
No,
realistic.
It's not being realistic.
Yes,
because
it
he is
is.
the best player for a reason.
It
That's how Zlatan. Like, look how Zlatan did it. The only reason why Zlatan is where he is because Zlatan put himself there. Zlatan opened up his own. He didn't leave his country right away. You get me? And wherever he went, he dominated.
No, he went. He left.
dominated
He left
everywhere
Malmo.
he went.
He left Malmo for
Everywhere
Ajax.
he went, he dominated. Everywhere
He left Malmo for Ajax.
Everywhere he went, he dominated.
Okay. If your fucking
left-
league is not competitive, you're not going to become the best player in the
Did
world.
he go to one of the big teams right away?
No, he went. I mean, Ajax was a big team back then.
They
But he
still
didn't
are,
go-
hands
they still are,
down.
but you get my. He didn't go to one of the top 5 leagues because the Netherlands is really not really in those top.
No, but
5.
Ajax back then was a fucking top 5
yeah.
team though.
But
I mean, they still are. I wouldn't
Not
discredit
like
that.
that they were back then.
No.
back then there were way more teams. The UEFA meant way more back in the 90s and the 80s than it means now. And you're not going to sit here and
I don't
say that
think
that's
so.
not true because all these little kids, they're not saying, oh, I want to play for Ajax and they're from Netherlands. They're not saying that. They're like, I want to play for Real Madrid. I want to play over here. They're not saying that they want to play.
I mean, they're saying
They're
that
not
because
saying
of
they
the
wanna play in
history of the
Ajax.
clubs, though. That's just history of the fucking club.
No, they're saying that because all the superstars go there.
But why
Wherever
do
the
why do
superstars
go there?
because they want to win. They want to be in Champions guaranteed. They want to go. The players are going to these big leagues
Don't you wanna
because they
be the
have
best
more
team in the world?
spots. They have more spots.
You as a player, don't you
They
want to be the
have
best team in the
more
world?
spots.
But don't
That's-
you want to
got-
be?
I mean,
the best-
but that's
the
a
best
different.
player?
No, but that's a different perspective on
kill
each
other
fan.
leagues to make
Because
other
if-
leagues big. Like
If you
They
are,
don't have the power. Some clubs don't have the money. They don't have the power.
but why would you need money? Why do you need the
So
money?
you're gonna play for free?
No. I'm saying, why do the teams need money?
They need money to keep the fucking players happy.
do you know how they get money?
The
Okay.
fucking
The
sponsors.
UEFA government gives them money also. You know that, right? And they give them money as what they win and the accomplishments.
Well,
they
yeah,
achieve.
if you win the Champions League,
So
of
now
course
you
you're gonna
need-
earn
but you
money.
need
How
money,
can
bro.
I win money
I mean,
without
wha-
getting a spot in the Champions League?
I'm
You
saying,
got sponsors. You got.
But how
you
can
got
I-
you got other companies backing
But
you.
you're not.
no. But
backing
what
me
my
to get
question
into
is,
the
why do you
Champions
need
League.
why do you need money in order to play in the Champions League? That's what I want to know. Why? Like,
Because the money brings you better players.
I think in
and
all
if it brings
aspects,
you better players, you're more competitive.
in
And
all
if you're more
aspects,
competitive, you're going to champions. And if you win the champions, you put on a better show. And after every phase you win, you get money. So you need money to make a better team. Look at fucking Red Bulls, not just New York Red Bulls. Every fucking Red Bulls. The one in Austria has been bought over 4 times. And now look where they are. They have no soccer history. And now they were in the
Champions League?
they
EuroLeague.
were in the champions,
Yeah,
and now
that's
they
right.
went to the UEFA
And
League.
then you're the Europa League.
And look at that fucking league.
and do you think
That's-
that's fair?
Yes.
I don't think it's fair for you're in a one league and now since you lost that league, you guys should just swoop down into this league. That should not be.
But it's just competitive.
just-
You gotta be
it's just-
competitive too. You can't just give fucking teams free spots if they're not fucking competitive. That's the whole point of the fucking tournament, to see who the fucking best European team is.
But how can you say who's the best team if I won my league and you didn't win your league?
Because then they get the chances. They get the
chance.
chances to play against other even teams. Fucking Liverpool against Hoffenheim at the beginning of the season. You thought that was even a fucking even match.
Yeah.
Who was better? Liverpool, right? They made it to the group. Look at fucking the team that what's
So
it called?
Liverpool
That
deserves to be there more than a champion that didn't get a chance to even play a spot. Because that's my other point
No,
too.
yeah,
There
for
are,
sure.
Because yes, they are like Spain will get like 4, Germany will get 4. You get me all these big teams, and then there's the little countries that they get one spot, but there are some countries that they don't get no spots.
that's why they go to the playoffs.
But they don't. No, I'm talking about there's some countries that they're not even like they don't get no spots, and I'm saying that even that country deserves a shot. Because then watch this. Then that money that they play a game, and if they lose, they still get a % or something. So then that money now gets recycled into them, right? Mm-hmm. Now that money is in that league now because it's in that team. Now that money gets recycled through there. You get me? Now that team and that league builds up a little bit because now they could bring more things into it. Why? Because as you say, they got more money.
Right, but it's also,
now,
it's
if
also,
you don't give me that chance to get that, then how am I supposed to build? How am I supposed to keep my players that are good and are strong playing for my team that help me get more chances to compete with you guys when next year you're going to come over here and just take my players away from me because you got
but
automatic
also,
qualification to champions and you won 3rd place or 4th place in your league and I'm a champion in my league. That is what's killing these big teams in these little countries. And that's not you. There's nothing that you can say that is going to tell me that that's not the truth.
What, the big teams kill the little countries' teams?
That the big teams in little countries are getting killed because their best players are getting taken out because those kids want to play in Champions League and want to play on these big squads because they get the face of everybody's looking at them. Because if everything was equal, then everything would be open.
It's also because they need the money, bro.
And you're not giving them the chance to get money. You don't give them a chance to compete.
They sell the players because they need the money. You think Roma wanted to fucking sell Salah? No. So they had to. They
sold Salah and look where they're at, though.
They had to sell Salah to be financially stable.
And look where they're at.
But also that goes back.
Look where they're at.
Okay,
but look where they went, though.
But that's different. Salah. That's completely different.
Without Salah, they did it though.
It's completely different why they're there.
But they did it without Salah.
Okay, but that's the reason why big teams and countries they sell their players because they need the money to invest in other players so they can sell more players.
That's a big team, but that's a third place. I'm talking about the first place team of one country.
Okay.
Losing their player, like
exactly.
Let's say.
But let's say, look, go back to you want to use the Zlatan example. Malmo's not a big team. They don't have that much of fucking income.
He could have made if he would have won it. You never know how Zlatan would have played with that team in the Champions League. Though.
Back then, Malmo wasn't a big team.
Did they get
they didn't
a chance
have enough
to
money.
do it with him?
They sold. You saw how much they paid for him back then? 19 million. And that's a lot of money.
Yeah, exactly.
So what does the team? They need that money, bro. If let's say I have a fucking team, right? I don't have that much fucking money for my team, and you're worth that much.
That's one player. I'm talking about like let's say you have now 4 good players like other teams, and now those 4 good players, they don't get a chance to play in the Champions League. Right? They do what they have to do in their league. They don't have a chance to play in the Champions League. Now 4 big teams come through and they sweep those 4 players up. Now your 4 best players are gone.
And what did you do
because
with
they
that money?
wanted to go. Well, they can go and do different things with the money, but at that moment, why did those players really leave? Because they didn't get a chance to play Champions League. Probably.
But you're putting away the.
You get my point?
Yeah,
no,
I get your point, but you're putting away the history of the teams, bro.
But I'm not talking about the history of the team.
Of course,
I'm talking about.
No, it matters.
No,
that's
it shouldn't matter,
bro. That's hierarchy.
2017, who were the champions? 2018, who were the champions? 2019, who were the champions? Stop giving credit for what you did in the past. Now do shit this year, and let's get shit popping this year. What did you do? Nothing.
If you're gonna make a competitive championship like the Champions League is supposed to be, you gotta put competitive teams. You're gonna fucking tell me Karabakh was a competitive team this year? They ended up last in their fucking in their group. Sporting Lisbon, they're supposed to be a big team, right?
Yeah.
They didn't do good in Champions League.
Sporting Lisbon has how many players taken away from them also. Portugal is one of the top places where I see that a lot happen. Where there are a lot of superstars playing in there, but does Portugal get a lot of spots in the Euro?
They get 3.
Do they? I thought they just get 2.
I think they get 2 and then 1.
I think they get 1 with a playoff spot, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe it's 2 with a playoff spot.
Normally, Porto and Benfica always making it, and there's always like Sporting that gets in.
Sporting Braga,
or like Braga that gets in. So it's like, it's not because they want to sell the players, bro. And also, you're forgetting that there's big teams, bro, that they have history in Europe, and that's why players want to go there.
They also want to leave their own team. Like, Frank Lampard never left his team, and he was one of the reasons why a lot of Chelsea history is there, too.
But he's fucking from West Ham, bro.
But I'm saying, like, he stood there. John Terry did it.
Alright, he came from West Ham, too.
That's true. That's a good point, yeah.
But they're not leaving their league.
And who's...
You get my point there? They're not leaving their league.
No, they probably had offers.
They're not,
they just didn't want to.
They didn't want to leave their league. Don't leave the league. Don't leave your league. Now that league goes down once you leave the league.
Not necessarily. Because there's players being produced left and right.
Yeah, but are those, like, you keep all those players at the top.
Okay.
Make your league strong. Why not keep your best players? Why
sell
them?
And they're just some
Why
players
sell your best
that
players?
are not happy.
Can you imagine Ronaldo, Messi leaving
La Liga?
La Liga?
Well, it's going to happen sometime.
Well, because they will retire.
Yeah.
Ronaldo probably... I think Messi will just retire, but Ronaldo will probably go look for other adventures.
But I think he'll look for something else just for the fact that he knows he can't. It's just like Iniesta. He knows he can't play at a competitive level anymore, so he's gonna go look after himself and make money.
Mm-hmm. That was an intense moment. Like 10 minutes right there, you guys had. All right, so at the end of the day, you don't agree with Champions League.
I like Champions League, but I don't agree with Champions League.
That's the thing. That's different. It's two different things. You love it.
No.
All right, you like it.
Yeah.
But you don't agree with the format.
I don't like the format.
Now, you, on the other hand...
Loves the format.
You love it.
Amazing.
And
it makes sense.
Okay.
Because it helps him. You know what I mean? And it helps my team too, but at the end of the day, I don't care about it helping my team. I'd rather go through adversity to get there.
It's even worse.
What do you mean it's even worse? How is it worse?
Because you got better teams.
It should be better for you because then you have, like in your eyes, less team with competition to play against you, so you get the thing.
No, if we did what you wanted, that'd be better for us.
That's what I'm saying. It would be better for you guys. So what's the problem with it? You don't gotta cheat at all.
No, what I'm saying is that makes it even for everybody.
But then again, that means you will have to actually win the league, which you haven't really done in.
I mean,
what? Well, before that, what was it?
I don't know.
What is it?
It was a handful of years.
Yeah.
Because it was Barca, then Atletico, Barca, and then now Real Madrid and Barca. Okay, so basically you guys are not agreeing on each other. You like the format. You want to keep the way it is.
I think it makes sense.
Now, if you were to change it, would you change it?
No.
No, you would keep it the same.
Yeah.
Now, you would, on the other hand, you would change it.
First place teams only.
Okay. All right, so now that argument is over with.
And it's really a small tournament. It's just prolonged because it's going throughout a season. Get my point?
Yeah, it's essentially like the World Cup.
So, yeah, it's like a month.
Just
tournament.
maybe
it could be done in a month.
It's an extra 3 games.
It could be done in a month and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you have to stop the leagues for that, though.
No, you could just do it after the league. After you won the league, then
yeah,
you
but
go
then that would interrupt
that interrupts the
national teams. Yeah. Well, so you don't want to see your national teams play?
You can always push that out a little bit.
Where can you fit it on the schedule? No, you're gonna get all these players tired.
You're already killing them.
Yeah, you're gonna kill them even more.
There's more players to play. You don't have to have only these players.
That's true.
You get my point?
Yeah, but
there's not only 11 Brazilians that.
No, of course not.
There's not only 11.
There's only
11
Brazilians that play at a top level.
That's not true. That's not true because there's.
That's what they started for the national team because they play at the best level.
No, they have a squad and the coach chooses his starters. You get my point?
But where most of them play at the top level.
I mean, it's debatable. Both is debatable. You know, I'll say that. But like, I wouldn't put the Champions League right after the leagues are done.
No, let's not say right after, but like you know what I mean.
Like implement it somehow.
League, there's always a tournament. Maybe why not make that tournament a 4-year tournament as well?
The Champions League?
Why not? Makes it.
I don't know.
It's difficult to say, but at the end of the day, can you imagine if it was like really hard to get into Champions League? You had to like meet certain accomplishments and requirements to get there. It wasn't just like, all right, you win the league. Let's say out of these 4 years, you had to win this much. Or like who dominated throughout this many times? It's just like left field things going out. Things to make your head think about different things. You get my point?
Yeah. I don't know. I wouldn't.
It's just to make you think about different things. It's not like something like.
No, of course not. But the thing is, like, if you were to do that, you're just killing your players. And I get that there are.
Not only 11 players on a soccer team.
All right, let me finish. We won't. I know there's not just 24, 23 players, whatever it is. There's 10 times more. But it's just.
That play at a high level.
Basketball players play 82 games in a season plus the playoffs, and they only probably got like. And they
but
play
you really
games,
can't compare.
Game in and game
you
out.
can't compare basketball and soccer.
They play 5 games in a week almost.
You can't compare basketball and soccer. You cannot compare that.
Probably is more demanding in soccer.
You use the same amount of effort. I'm letting you know because I play both sports. So
at a professional level, though.
Yo, bro, let me let you know.
Professional level is, I think, a soccer field is a lot bigger than the basketball court. You cover more miles.
You're.
Hands down.
But you aren't running that completely. You get me? On a basketball court, yeah, there's a moment where you're stopping, and then you're sprinting up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. The short little thing. They're like suicides. Suicides kill you more than long running. You can't say that's not true.
No, it's kind of true, but it's.
I'm not sitting here saying that. I'm not sitting here saying that basketball is more difficult than soccer. That's never came out of my mouth. You guys are the ones that said that. What I'm saying, you guys try to say that I said
no,
that.
no. I'm not saying you said that.
Basketball players play 82 games in the season, and they put their bodies through physical torment.
No, of course.
Like soccer players do.
Of course.
And
I agree with you.
Soccer players
they
play
do.
one game.
No,
they play a lot.
Professional teams, they play around the same thing.
Around what
You got 30 something in regular league.
15 if you make it to the finals in Champions League. Or like 20.
No, the whole league itself is what, like 30 fucking something games?
36 games.
Okay, then
38,
you got the
No,
little
38,
tournaments.
38.
You got Copa del Rey, you got Champions League, you got national team. So a soccer player probably plays around the same fucking...
Yeah, but it depends on the player. If the player ends up playing...
plays, I think, like 60, 70 games throughout the year. So you could throw another 10 on that guy. Why not?
Yeah, but you don't want to kill
They
him.
play full games, bro. They play 90-minute games.
They're not running the whole time, though.
They're not.
They're not running 90 minutes throughout the game. I played soccer with
Yeah,
you
but
guys,
yeah,
and
okay.
I've seen us walk throughout most of the game, too. There's players who walk throughout the game. Messi walks throughout the
But
game.
that's Messi,
There is
bro.
15 minutes where you see actually, out throughout the whole game, probably 20 minutes of actually Messi really running the fuck out of himself.
That's just
20 minutes.
He's just a different player. There's players that fucking run all game.
I mean, you look at the midfield, and they're
Look at
running
They're running back and forth.
24/7.
Look at wingers. They're running back and forth.
It could be done.
Huh?
Roma's back into third place.
Okay. We lost track completely. I lost track completely, I'm sorry. Okay. Before we end, because we're going to end pretty soon. FA Cup final. Chelsea, Man United.
Man United. Stronger team, to me.
Chelsea or Man United?
I say Chelsea.
Man United, I think, like 2-1. It'll be a nice close game, but it'll be 2-1 Man United. Lukaku probably with like the finishing one.
Now, does the FA Cup matter to you guys at all?
It's like the Copa del Rey.
Well, the FA Cup has more meaning, I think.
I mean, it is the
teams and
oldest
you get me? Yeah, exactly.
tournament in the entire
And the
world.
FA Cup does mean stuff to your English people.
The fans.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say much of the clubs, because the clubs, they don't seem like... I mean,
Well, that's why it's
the
always
reason
great
why,
at the end of it.
if you watch this game, it's probably going to mean something, is because... Not necessarily, but it's because they need to win something. Chelsea, they got knocked out by Barcelona.
And Man United winning, that shows them that they are real champions. You get me?
How?
Because they had a slow start. To me, they had a slow start, and I think that
Yes.
if they would have played the whole season the way they played the end of the season, then they would have been up there with. There would have been a close chase between Man U and Man City. I'm saying that. If Man U didn't start off slow,
I don't know. I feel like Man City was way above everybody else throughout the league. Throughout this entire season, I mean. 'Cause, I mean, look at Man City's team. I mean, put them in.
Man United really changed
I mean, Man
much.
United
really didn't change
better
much.
defense than City.
Man United really didn't change much, bro. Man United didn't really change much, and look at what they're doing. Man United didn't change much, and look at what they're doing.
I think
Man City
United
changed
got better
a
defense.
lot. Man City starting 11 now to probably Man City starting 11 2 years ago.
What's the difference? I mean, tell me, because I don't remember this shit.
Keeper, Ederson.
The keeper.
Okay, the keeper.
Defensive line. John
How?
Stones wasn't there.
Stones, but you still got company playing.
You still got company. What he did was
Company barely plays because Company is an injury risk every game.
no.
They saved Company for this
He does play
to
though.
pick up the
He
the
does
title.
play,
I'd
though.
say.
Yeah, he does
But he
play
barely played. Company's the most probably sub player too though, because he can't complete the whole game.
Yeah,
He
but
gets hurt in game in and game out.
In United, you didn't have Valencia playing right back. You had Valencia in the midfield. Who was their fucking right back in like 2 years ago?
No, Valencia has been right back since David Moyes came in. This has been no more than 2 years.
Who was your left wing? Who was left wing? Marcos Rojo?
It was Rojo before this. It was Rojo once Ferguson was there. Once Ferguson left, they converted Rojo into a center back, put Valencia in the right back. Then before that, that's when that was the Ferguson there.
Changed a lot for both teams.
No, Man City's changed way more.
But you're talking about just this season to last season.
I could talk about the last 2 seasons in general. They brought in Walker.
Mm-hmm.
They let go of Danilo, right?
No, they brought in
Danilo. They brought in Walker. They brought in Mendy.
Mendy.
They brought in Stones.
I think that's it for defense.
United brought what?
Wait,
They brought in
Sané.
that Swedish guy, Vindelof. Lindelof.
They brought in.
That's it, right?
Silva.
No, Luke Shaw was like 2-3 years ago.
They brought in Silva.
Bernardo Silva.
Raheem Sterling a couple years ago. But this is the change that I'm talking about.
Okay.
They brought in Raheem Sterling. Sané.
Leroy Sané.
I said
De Bruyne. Jesus.
De Bruyne.
But it's because Mourinho's been only 2 years though.
But that's that's what I'm saying.
Oh, you're talking. Wait, you're talking about. I don't know how.
It's a change.
I know, but how long are you talking about?
2 years.
We're thinking just this year, next year.
No, with Pep. Since Pep's been there, it's been 2 years.
Yeah, but it makes sense the why they changed though. It's just like when fucking.
But what I'm trying to say is that the change and then that Man United really didn't change that much. They brought in a couple players, but those players weren't. They weren't already tossed into the game right away. They didn't start right away. Those players
I see what you're saying.
Pep brought in players, threw them on the field, and they played. Pep changed his whole team up completely, and that's why Man City dominated the way they did.
Yeah.
Manchester United did not change their players right, all of them crazy like that, and they still finished second place.
Yeah,
and the
I
year
get what you're
before
saying
that, they had the same team, and they didn't finish in second place. So I'm saying is that Man United winning this helps them out even more.
Yeah, what he's saying is Man United kept their core team, and they just implemented a few players here and there. What Man City did was they got Guardiola and asked him, "What do you want?" And he just went all out. He just literally went shopping and pretty much got a whole starting 11 fresh.
I like Pep Guardiola. Don't get it wrong. You can't. People are gonna say that he bought the Premier League, but at the end of the day, you really can't because you gotta. Like you said earlier in the beginning of the game, you put the players on the field with Arsene, you get me? And they're the ones who compete for it. Now, bringing it back to Arsene, people always coming at this guy for the things that he hasn't done, but what about the things that he has done by keeping your team up in the top, you get me, in the top 4? Always having a spot in either the Champions or the Europa.
It's not his fault, though.
It isn't his fault.
It's the owner's fault. That's what the owner wants. He doesn't want to win titles. He wants to fucking make money. The owner's based out of Boston, bro.
Yeah, but I mean, why would you buy a team and not expect titles?
Just like with, I think he owns the Rams too. Do you not see them win championships?
What's it called? LeBron James had made an investment into Liverpool a couple years ago.
That's right.
$6.5 million that he invested in, and now that investment was turned into 20-something, 28
That's
million.
Right. Yeah.
Liverpool qualified for.
And I was saying, there's teams that won fucking titles. The owner fucking Arsenal. He's happy if they place 4th. He's happy if they win the FA Cup.
Well, I would imagine if he hasn't fired Wenger in
and that's what I'm telling
all
you.
these years.
So is it really Wenger's fault that they sell their best players half the time? No. If the owner wants money, you're gonna make the owner happy, and now he's gonna fire your ass.
Okay, I get you, but I get your point too. Am I boring you?
No, I'm just tired as fuck, bro. You good?
Okay.
You wanna hop off my dick?
Are you tired? Am I boring you, Mariscal?
I'm a little tired.
Yeah, I'm a little tired too. I'm actually a little hungry. Yo, let's go. Oh! Nah, get food on me. Gotta mention this. I told you my dad's opening a restaurant.
Yeah.
Did I tell you my dad's opening a restaurant? Brazil Paradise Grill, 180 Bloomfield Avenue, Montclair. Not open yet, so don't go over there because it's still.
I'll go over
there. No. But I'm letting you guys know ahead of time because once we open, I need money. So go over there and order. Plus, it's Brazilian food. You can't go wrong. You know what I'm saying? And then you brought it up too, Guaraná. How can you not like Guaraná? So poppin'. All right, let's finish this because I can have you. I should have you guys a little bit more often because you guys go into it. You're a little bit more chill, but Fernando don't. He don't keep his mouth shut for shit. And he's never off his phone. Get off your phone! We won't.
Selling your jerseys,
He's selling my jerseys. Yeah. What are you, my secretary? Are you my bitch now?
You're my whore.
But you're my bitch, though, right? I'll be your whore if you're my bitch.
I ain't nobody's bitch.
Alright, so I ain't nobody's whore. Anyway, did I give you a flyer?
Yes.
I did?
Yes.
You want to take another one? You coming that day?
When was it, 20?
The 26th. It's the day of the final.
I'm not sure. I'll let you know.
Mariscal, you gotta help me out here, man. I'm trying to sell this out, bro.
I will let you know.
Yeah,
We'll let you know.
Don't give me the attitude, man. You're on my show. I ain't on your show. Once you have your show, I won't give you attitude. Anyway,
That's it. That's the timer.
No,
You're
get
done
timer.
for the day.
No, that's the timer for whatever my fiance put in there.
It's for you too.
It's for me. Okay, so that means I gotta go.
Yes.
So, what I was just telling Mariscal about is my event called Yard Sale of Champions. I will be showing Real Madrid versus Liverpool. Now, UEFA recently announced the final is at 2 p.m. I'm going to start the event at 12 p.m. So I'll have all my...
Look at that one.
Oh,
That handball.
Oh, that nobody called? Okay, anyway. All right,
Hey, look at that one.
before I was rudely interrupted.
Look at that
Yeah, you see that clearly, though.
Look at these two handballs in the game yesterday with Red Bulls against the City FC. Look at that one. Right?
Oh, we didn't get
Is
to
that a
that.
That was a handball.
And what about this one?
Shit, we didn't get to that.
You see
I
this?
don't know about that one.
No, but I'm sitting behind this lady right here. You feel me? So I see it, but
Maybe that one just, because of the motion of the body.
but with the way it happened was he came in like this, right, and the ball was coming like this, and it didn't hit his head
The
though.
first one, I think it was
That's
more
cinnamon raisin,
of a penalty than that one. The second one, I think it's just like the motion of the body, like he just can't get away from it.
Okay, before I was rudely interrupted by Fernando.
I could walk out of here.
Okay, no, yeah, espera. So yeah, I'm doing this event. I'm showing the game with the projector that I have not bought yet. But I gotta get it. I'm slowly buying merchandise, so I'll be selling all these beautiful yet ugly jerseys. I just got some cases. I have phone cases for iPhone 6 all the way through iPhone 8. I gotta get iPhone 10, and I gotta get some Samsungs because people with Samsungs, they just have to ruin it for me. I have mini balls. I have a bunch of stuff. Oh, you do the panini, right? Oh no,
Yeah.
do you? Okay. That day, I'm announcing it now to the podcast, to one of the 12 people that are listening, that come with your panini stickers, come with your panini books, and people will. I'll have everybody trade. Because I know a shitload of people are buying, and they have all these repeats. Like my dad, for example, he has like this amount of repeats, and he has 2 fucking books, and he's still not done yet. So come with your paninis, shop like Fernando's doing right now, and if you guys have any questions, just DM me. For the Espérate, I'm trying to finish the podcast. Excuse me, but. So yeah, pretty much everything that we spoke about today, you guys can follow us on Instagram, Munde Football Europe. So just type in Munde Football, you'll see the European page. But until next time, guys, Mariscal, I'll see you. Fernando, I'll see you. I hope I can have you guys back on again. Mariscal, come to the event! Alright, now you're going to. Alright, take care, guys.